Fantastic Four spoiler discussion. We're going to do that for sure. We're also going to talk about the box office, the fact that it did well, but a little shy of Superman. And I'll gloat in the introduction, not even to his face. 715 for Jurassic World. I'm looking forward to those steaks with plural. Peacemaker 2 had a full trailer. Happy Gilmore 2 reviews are in. I don't know what this rumor is. The rumor is that Marvel Studios is considering keeping Robert Downey Jr. around after Secret Wars. I think that would be smart. But we'll talk about that and more. Oh, man. Spicy food. All right, let's get into it. It is the Kristian Harloff show here today with myself and John. Give me a thumbs up if your middle name starts with a J. No. I thought it was John J. Rocha. No, it's John Steven Rocha. I know that. Why did John J? John J. Rambo? Probably. I'm going to talk to myself for the first 10 minutes. All right, bye. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this Monday. Joining me on the show is John J. Rambo.
Hello.
What's going on?
You think you fellas above the law?
See, Sly had a lot of things to say about Hogan. I thought was nice.
He did. Can you see me right now? What's going on?
See you. We can see you. John.
Yeah.
So it's so funny. People said we're getting ready for today because Naked Gun is something you and I are both looking forward to.
Yes.
We'll see that. Could it be the return of comedies in the theater?
I'm hearing good things. I have some friends who saw it last week up in LA, and they had a lot of positive things. They said it kind of, last half an hour, it's a little hit or miss, but they said the first hour is really fun.
So, all right. Well, let's see. We're going
to 85 minutes, not that long.
Oh, that's great. I'm taking Sarah to see that one again tonight too. We both had just posted the Fantastic Four out of the theater reaction together. But we also he beat me to it. He got to a K-pop Demon Hunters reaction before I did.
Ooh,
and I just released that today.
Nice.
And I'm probably gonna do. Did you watch Happy Gilmore 2?
I did not.
I'm gonna do a reaction to it. I think I'm because myself and Tina, both of us haven't seen it, so I'm probably just gonna do that tomorrow.
All the reviews were so bad. I was like, I don't want to waste 2 hours on this. 2 hours. That's
like crazy. That's 2 hours. You just mentioned an hour and a half or whatever for Naked Gun. Like that makes sense. 2-hour comedies are hard to do. The joke runs real stale quick, or you run into Judd Apatow where you're making a 3-hour epic in a comedy, and it's like you can't do that. I think comedies are served best at like 135 to 145.
Yeah, agreed. 150 at the most, and it should include the credits.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, the first thing we're gonna do is get into the spoiler discussion for Fantastic Four, as we decided. Sure. So this is Fantastic Four. It hit the theaters. John and I are going to discuss it. I did my full spoiler review on the channel already. John, you liked the movie, right?
Yeah, I did. I loved the movie. I really had a good time with it. Yeah.
I loved it. I thought I couldn't believe how much I liked it. It's funny because the biggest thing that I was on the fence about when I saw the trailer last time, and I quickly turned around on it, but in my trailer reaction, I was like, I don't know how I feel about the score. I loved the score.
Yeah,
loved the score, and forgot that he had done the Incredibles score. But I was actually listening to the score in my car yesterday, and it's really good. But the movie is solid. And again, for people who didn't know, maybe we should do this. I'll do this for people so they know, and if they want to come back later on to it, let's do this. I do spoilers for Fantastic Four, and the movie to me starts off. I loved how it's similar again, and I'm not going to do a comparison here to Superman, but it's similar to what Superman did. That on the positive side was we don't need to set up a whole full thing of the origin story. The movie's not going to be a full origin story. We're going to show you real quick. This is how they got the powers, but this is established. They've fighting all these villains, everything. And I thought it was also great that inside of all of the montage, they paid homage to the great Kirby and Stan Lee villains in the past, and he had all these. There's one actually the full cover for one of the comics, and I thought that they made all of that such a great setup in that retro 60s style. It was a great world building, I thought, by Shackman.
Yeah, retro futuristic. I agree. The colors were amazing. The production design, the way they did the costumes, the looks of everyone, and also the designs of the actual inner workings of their house and the designs of the buildings, the designs of their labs, so much of it, their screens. It was a great callback to the 1950s, 1960s energy. And I thought they nailed that really well throughout the movie and stayed committed to it. You know, there weren't some kind of like anachronistic stuff that went on, everything. And then when it got into space as well, the way the whole thing worked was very reminiscent of old 1950s, 1960s, like sci-fi stuff you see, like Flash Gordon and stuff. So it was really cool.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I hate that beeping. I'm gonna make that stop.
Was there a beeping? Oh, I didn't hear. I'm not hearing it.
Oh, hopefully good. Maybe nobody else heard it. You don't hear that? I don't know.
No, I don't.
Can't get it to turn off. Stop this. Make it stop. Oh, that should make it stop now. Yes, I got it to stop. Hell yeah, I'm the smartest person in the world. So I also I like that retro stuff. I liked how they threw it back there. I liked how the dynamic and how they put things together.
Yeah.
Really liked that setup of when they had Sue essentially tell Reed that she was pregnant. I was like, okay, we're gonna have the guy he's like reluctant to be a dad, and he's not gonna be happy for us, you know. I'm like, here we go, and he's not. He's happy, and he's a really warm moment. I thought that was such a nice moment between the two of them. He's like, okay, great. Yes, he's locked into science. He's locked in to try to figure out what the hell happened with them. But it all changes and shifts, and it was such a great what happens in parenthood. You can have all these different ideas,
right?
Your world changes when you have children,
right?
And it becomes the focus. It certainly became the focus for Sue, and I thought that Vanessa Kirby was so good in bringing that alive too.
She was great. Yeah, their chemistry was fantastic. I know people are like, Pantheros and everything. Yeah, but he's damn good at everything, so you can quiet down now. I love the interactions they have and the chemistry, and Vanessa was great. And the thing with the kid thing, Chris, you bring that up as a dad yourself. You know, it's like, well, how much I think fathers have and mothers have that concern. Like, what is it about me that's going to be transferred over to my child that I don't want them to endure or go through or experience? Right. And so the fact that he's concerned about how their child's going to turn out because of the ways they were affected by the rays up in space, you know, there's that concern throughout that I thought was really great to see. And of course, he was right to be concerned, but it didn't go the way he was fearing it would. It's actually much more glorious, you know. So it's
true. I thought that absolutely. The way he's nervous about it, he wants to do tests on them, and also they did a good kind of foreshadowing thing where they are also testing out the teleportation. And you know, Winston and I made this point last week, and I think it was a disservice to Johnny for them to talk about how he wasn't going to be the typical Johnny. You wouldn't even noticed anything.
You mean ahead of time? Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I don't know how many people are like, "Boy, I can't wait for Johnny Storm to hit on all those girls and have a bunch of sex in a Fantastic Four movie." No one was thinking that. Really?
No, you're like, "Oh, they're going to make him so different and change his characters. They don't want to offend anybody," and they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all. He talks about how he loves women. He's chasing the Silver Surfer around the whole time, which I thought was interesting, and it gave him something to do. In the fact that he was interested in trying to score like the unattainable chick, you know, he's going after her. But at the very end of it, he's also figuring it out, and didn't make him a moron. He was pretty smart.
He's a guy that wanted to prove himself.
Yeah,
that was a nice little subplot for him and his storyline. Like, he wants to be not just seen as something who's not just the brother of the sister of the famous guy. He wants to be more. And him figuring it out was really integral to the story, you know, and then him calling her out. Like, he wasn't caught up in love with her. He was also clear that she was the harbinger of danger. So he was calling her out for all the other planets that she helped destroy. So
and that whole thing, the way when she comes down, because it is that whole setup of, okay, here are these superheroes. They're essentially the Avengers of this world. They're the protectors of it. They're the popular politician in Sue Storm. They're the movie star and Johnny, the neighborhood hero and Ben, and you know, the just acclaimed scientist. And you got that all within that setup and everything, and where they build it up, and it's like they're just living life. Everything's good. They're having another kid. They're going on the Timo Ed Sullivan show, and they're doing all of that. And then she comes in and says, "Oh, sorry, you're marked for death now by Galactus."
Right.
And the way that that was like kind of devastating in the way that they set it up. And that leading into that second act, because some people have been talking about second act was slower. I agree that it was slower, but I loved the second act going into space. The stuff, the visuals in this are just the best visual I've seen in a movie so far this year, I would say.
That's the best sequence in the whole movie. So I loved the second act. Them going into space and them confronting Galactus. By the way, Galactus, so well done. So incredibly awe-inspiring and overwhelming. And the voice from Ralph Ineson, really good as well. Him working with Silver Surfer and their interactions throughout. And then that whole sequence and them jumping on and getting out of that thing, jumping into the ship, and then eluding her into and sending her into the black hole. That was a really awesome sequence. So I don't know what people are complaining about with that. I mean, my complaint would be more a matter that some of the things that were presented were handled a little more easily than I want, especially Galactus, were handled a little more easily than I anticipated. But I had no issues with the second act. It was nice because they breezed through the first act. And so when you get into the second, it's okay, what's the conflict? What are the issues? What are the struggles? What are the dangers? The fact that she sticks her hand inside her womb is really scary moment. And then Sue says, kill him, or rather kill her. She's trying to kill your nephew. Kill her. I
love that they went there. And the scale of it, right, it was just, you saw what they had to kind of go through to get there. Yeah. And then you set up the fact, the arrogance also on the Fantastic Four. They go out there and they bring the kid out there. They bring it and they don't really know, but we've been through this before. We've taken everything out. They never had a threat, I guess, pun intended, of this size, right? Yeah. So they go out there and they're trying to figure out what it is and trying to negotiate. And even the fact that Galactus even takes a meeting with them, and he's taking that meeting and he's just bugs. And I think he calls them bugs at one point, whatever he calls them. But he knows and he sees and he scans out. He wants to take the meeting because he knows that kid, finally, someone can get me past this. Now, because Galactus said at one point he was like their size. He was like that. And then he became who he was. Right. Is that, now I'm not as familiar with the comics. Is that something that Doom gave him?
Not that I recall. That Doom gave him? No, not that I recall. But Doom wants Galactus's power, and I think that's going to be something that's going to play into Doomsday. And we did see hints of Doom with Latveria and an empty seat there. And we see that he's not a part of any of the stuff that's going on with the Fantastic Four. And then we see that end credit scene. But how long has that ship been out there? Because it's 4 years later with the post credit scene. So has Doom been taking the technology from Galactus and becoming an all powerful person now to
now that's why he wants Franklin, obviously, right?
And that's the situation there, and that's what I think is going to lead into Doomsday and the guilt that Reed Richards feels, because if he had handled the whole Galactus thing and had been on top of it a little bit more, Doom would have never gotten access to this stuff, and which is what leads to, I imagine, Doomsday and Secret War. So he's going to carry a healthy amount of guilt, as most of the superheroes usually do in their storylines.
And for people who are watching, we're definitely obviously just jumping around from the things that come to mind. So it's not, we're not going like from A all the way to Z. So like if you have speaking of that Doom scene, what I found was really interesting. Do you know that was actually Downey? That wasn't a stand-in?
That's what they say. I don't. I mean, that's what Matt would say. But
I'll tell you why I believe it.
Okay,
because I think you're going to see that scene. I think it's going to be similar to what they did in I think it was at Civil War when they had Bucky and they showed it in Ant-Man. That scene, I think it's already shot. I think that it's probably a scene, and then in the next shot they probably turns around and you see his face. And why wouldn't he be in that scene? Because I think that's a scene from the movie. Yeah,
but it's underwhelming. We should have seen his face reflected in the mask.
I disagree.
Oh no, I thought, because why show from the back? As you said, the reason he's answering the question, Matt Shakman, is because people are like, oh, that's just a stand-in. That wasn't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
If it had shown his face, that's a whole nother ballgame. Or if you'd even seen his face reflected in the silver of his mask as he's holding it, just like a shade of Robert Downey Jr. in the mask. So it's still a little disjointed. You don't know if he's figured or burnt or not. That could be really interesting. So I think that would have gone a lot farther to making the scene better. But
see, I liked it. And what I also noticed in the theater was when the songs and the tracks were coming in, like, do you know the name of the track that it was playing was Alan Silvestri, Doom ? Was the name of that song. I liked it because I don't know enough about what we're going to get from Doom. Are we getting the scarred face? Are we getting there's rumors? I saw this whole thread about how potentially it's going to explain that he's able to, because in comics, I guess in some of the comics, he was able to just take over people's bodies.
Yeah.
So the explanation is going to be he took over Tony Stark's body.
Yeah, that's a storyline in the comics where he becomes like Doom Stark, and so
right. So it's not actually Tony. Obviously, he possessed Tony's body,
right?
Which they're going to have to explain it. But either way, I didn't want to see him yet. I don't want to know that storyline until I see the movie. I don't want to see him have a scarred face. I don't want to see the mask yet. I loved the back. I was like, okay, we know who that is. Green as shit. Yeah. That's him. Yeah. But I don't know. Either way, that scene was pretty wonderful and leading and making me interested going into it. But I think the stuff that really worked, as we just talked about, you and I, the first was the setup and learning who they were, their dynamic, putting it together, setting up that retro feel.
Yeah.
And then the second one was, as you said, the conflict, learning about Galactus, seeing all the stuff that Johnny had to be challenged with in order to try to figure out what he's going to do. And as much as I love Ben is my favorite, right? Yeah. He had the least to do.
Unfortunately, because I mean, Ben is a guy who struggles with what Reed has done to him traditionally in the comics, or what has happened on the ship, and he kind of pseudo blames Reed. They really removed that from the movie. There's no path.
The opposite. It seems like Reed cares more about that.
Right. And he's more of the best friend. He's more of a good uncle. He's more, as you said, the neighborhood hero. There is a moment where the TV turns off and you see the reflection. He sees who he used to be, but they didn't really dial into that. And I also thought they really underwrote Alicia, what's her face's character from Poker Face, Natasha Lyonne's character. That should have been the character that humanized him more. He should have opened up about his issues with being the thing. That would have been the way in, but I guess they decided to cut some of that, and
probably going to have her in the sequel.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Shackman says they're not going to do a director's cut of his stuff, but I would have. That's the thing where I think the film did disservice to Ben, is there wasn't more of his inner life going on throughout, because everyone had their own particular inner life that was going on, but Ben not so much.
He's not as I guess, doesn't have as much to do, but he's got some great moments, right? And it's also why you get a guy like Kevin Moss Bachrach. So as you mentioned, he's the good uncle. I absolutely loved the moment when they're sitting around the dinner table. They're waiting for the two of them. And he looks and he goes, "You're pregnant."
Yeah.
It's not like some intuition. He goes, she's like, "How'd you know?" He goes, "Have you seen your husband's face?" Like, he knew him so well, and he knows his best friend so well. I thought it was just a nice moment, and the stuff that he's doing with Herbie. And they didn't get too obnoxious with him and Johnny, because even the Clobber in Time bit, and like all that, and the way that they played together was nice. And even though I like that Clobber in Time bit when he finally says it at the end, it was forced, but I dug it.
Yeah, if the movie works for you, then they've earned the moment. Yeah, and I think they earned the moment too.
They did. I just had a smile on my face watching it too, because I think that, and someone asked me this, and I think the answer is yes. It's like, do you like a movie a little bit more when you're not expecting anything, and it turns out, and you really enjoy it, and do you give it a little bit more credit? And the answer is potentially, maybe so. Because I was just locked into it from the beginning of that movie to the end, in a movie that I didn't really even care to see.
Well, it goes both ways, doesn't it? Don't you dislike a movie more because you expected it, it looked like it was going to be good, and then you go and see it, and it's a disappointment. So both sides of the coin exist, and so that do affect how you criticize a film, review a film, look at a film, analyze a film. So yeah, absolutely. And to me, it wasn't so much that I had big expectations. It was more of an excitement, because I loved pretty much all the trailers and all the conversations ahead of time. And so it really, I saw it again on Saturday with the Geek Buddies and some boys. Okay. Yeah, down
at IMAX again. Did you do IMAX first time?
Yes, I did IMAX first time, and then IMAX again. It's the best way to see it.
It is such an IMAX movie. Yeah, it is such an IMAX movie. It's like every little bit of detail of how. I mean, it's funny when people are comparing it to Interstellar, and I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? The space scenes look like. It doesn't look like a, and this is not against comic book movies. It just doesn't feel like, it feels like one of those science fiction movies. Like they really put, like, every penny that they spent was put into actually really defining it, and that even transfers over to that third act when Galactus shows up. And because leading into that, I thought, and this was a little convenient, but I forgave, like you said before, if you were really enjoying it, there's little things you can forgive, right?
Yeah,
I thought it was a little convenient that these. they basically the whole town's got the pitchforks and they're ready to take.
Yeah.
And then Sue gives one speech, and everybody's like, "All right, like, have you ever been on the internet? Like, not everybody is going to be okay with your speech. Hell, I was trying to tell people last week, let's be positive and don't just tell people what to think. Like, don't monitor the comments and tell us what to think." And I said, right, you're right. Fuck it. You guys want to shit each other on each other's faces? Just shit in each other's faces from now on. I don't care. You're right. I shouldn't try to police anything. You're 100% right. Yeah, I go, you know what? Let's say I think when it comes to opinion, don't just tell people. Be like, I don't tell people what to think. You're right. You're right. Just, you know what? Just shit in each other's faces. I don't care. You're right. You're 100% right.
Some people just want to be angry and fight.
No, but they weren't just angry. There were some people they're right. I shouldn't tell people, look, you want to have an opinion, you want to say something smells like shit, then say something smells like shit. I don't care anymore. But the point is, Sue is not going to give one speech, and then everybody is like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Again, like I said, those were my issues, is them overcoming these obstacles way too breezy. There was just that moment. I agree with you 100%. And then the Galactus stuff. But yes, that moment I was like, it's a beautiful speech. Don't get me wrong, but she should have had to shout down or
a little bit more,
endure a bit more of the skepticism from the audience,
Right.
And there's no way reporters, the second she comes, there's no way reporters aren't already there when there's a protest happening. The same reporters who were questioning him and questioning them when they came back from seeing Galactus should have been there to yell out some of these things and push her a little bit harder so that she gets to that moment where she says the things that she says. And then you go, oh, damn, that's amazing. Because you got to understand, man, you've got to deliver good conflict, good challenges, good obstacles, because that makes your hero even better. It's just like we talk about all the time in pro wrestling. A great heel makes a great face.
Sure.
And you've got to have that opponent or that situation that's going to elevate you and make you step up your game. And I thought her just walking out with a child and delivering that speech was a sweet speech. And it was great.
Yeah, it didn't suck me out of it. Yeah. I forgave it quick in the same way that I forget. Look, that I think the Silver Surfer's turn was a little easy too.
Yeah.
She's the whole time. She's like you said, she's sticking her hands in people's, trying to take babies out of things. And then Johnny's got one speech and says, "I know who you are."
Yeah.
Goes, oh, all right, take that, Galactus.
Kill all these people. Right. That's what I'm saying. I think there's 10 to 15 minutes missing from the movie that would have fleshed out Silver Surfer, even fleshed out Galactus. Like, why don't we get a flashback to what Galactus was starting out, and then fleshed out the Thing stuff even more. We don't even know how Reed and the Thing became friends, right? It's just that whole montage, but we don't know about their history too much to understand how they became friends. They're just introduced to us as best friends. So there's a little bit more they could have done. That being said, though, I mean, that's me being super critical and wanting more, which is what you want a movie to do, leave you wanting more and still enjoy it.
Agreed. So, all of that, that's the stuff. That's my minor criticisms. But again, when Galactus comes out, though, and still that it was in the trailer, but it's still and I guess on IMAX it just works so much better. Also, it's like when his shadow is just so menacing over the city, and it's like that's why I kept saying over and over again how terrifying I thought Galactus was, because he's smart. He's not a big he's smart. And he's like, I'm not stepping in that trap, you idiots. I'm gonna go. He's like, that's when he calls them clever little bugs, or whatever he says.
Clever little bugs.
Yeah, and then he goes and he sees Franklin, and Franklin's holding and that moment with Herbie, and Herbie starts to shut the window on him or whatever he does too. And Franklin obviously strong enough. You can say, well, how does he survive? He's a baby. He's strong. He figured it out.
Well, it's terrifying to see the hand go through, grab the child and yank it out and hold it, and then pull it out of its cradle and have it, or whatever it is, and carry her and have it is in there. And then later, when he takes Reed and he is going to separate Reed's limbs, that's amazing.
That was great. And then I love that scene talking about Ben did have somebody when Ben's running through. It's in the trailer, but when he's shoulder the pillars out, more context. It's so great. And they all work together, and I didn't have any problem with Sue, because apparently she's using her powers a little differently in this than in the comics. I didn't care about that. I thought it worked, and I thought she's able to push him back, because it's like, it to me reminded me of what they say, like if a mother has her child and is trying to and is in danger, can pick up the chair with that mother strength. It reminded me of that. And so when they all work together, and she dies.
Yeah, she sacrifices her life for a child.
She dies. 100%. And then when they have the baby crawl on her, and you see how powerful he is, that he's able to bring her back now. I just thought it all worked.
Yeah, I mean the baby CGI was kind of in and out at times.
A little wonky when he's doing the crawling. You're right.
But again, the end result is so good in what he does, and her having that blue flash of lights there in her eyes. So clearly, how is she changed by him bringing her back and exposing her to what his powers are? That's going to be fascinating to see. But him being able to bring back life, so that's just a window into how big Franklin Richards is going to be going forward in the MCU. Look, if Marvel had their way, man, they're going to get everything right here. And we're going to get like a whole new phase of Marvel with these teenager kids or younger kids. And Franklin's going to be a part of it. The Wanda's kids are going to be a part of it. Like there's so much, if they get it right, to launch into a bunch of other phases. But we'll see. We'll see. But I like the Franklin Richards stuff. It's the right amount. It was the right amount for the movie.
Agreed. All right. Those are our brief thoughts on them. So what do you guys think about it? Did you like the movie? Did you not like the movie? We're going to fire some more into the box office, see how they did, and some other news stories. But before we do, I've told you about Rougiette in the past. I'm going to tell you about Rougiette again now. Take a look. We'll be right back.
All right. I know you all heard of Viagra or Cialis, maybe even tried them. If you're looking for something beyond the usual pill, I got it. Rougiette Ready. If the usual pill isn't doing the trick, Rougiette Ready, it could be the answer. It's a 3-in-1 formula. It dissolves under your tongue, absorbs fast. You'll be ready in just 15 minutes on average, not hours, and effects can last up to 36 hours. That means that you're going to stay confident, you're going to stay present, and in control when the moment is right. Getting started is super simple. Rougiette connects you with a board-certified doctor, 100% online, and if prescribed, your treatment ships directly to your door. Connect with a provider at rougiette.com/Kristian to see if a Rougiette-ready prescription is right for you. You can get the code Kristian to get 15% off today. Rougiette.com/Kristian. Use that promo code Kristian to get 15% off today. Head on over to rougiette.com/Kristian. Use that code Kristian to get 15% off today. Use the code to support the show, and so Rougiette knows that we sent you. Individual results may vary with prescription treatment. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, but are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. Please visit the Rougiette website for full safety information.
All right, so please go and check out Rougiette. You'll thank me. John.
Yeah.
23 so far.
Hey.
That's pretty damn good. You
Too shabby.
You were 2 seconds. You did pretty. Roxy beat you for a little bit, and then Winston came in at the end and beat Roxy. But it's been this battle between you and Roxy and the three of you guys. We said that Brett and Chris Carr right now are like the bad news bears of this game right now. And Steph used to be like that the number one team that hasn't just can't get out of second to last place. It's been stuck for the last few seasons. So people keep saying, "I got to get Steph a partner," but I said, "John doesn't have a partner."
Hey, yeah.
John doesn't have a partner. All right, let's get into the box office.
Let's do it.
Because, man, let's talk about this first.
Okay.
And that is box office. Fantastic Four is just shy of Superman. Sunday numbers are now coming in, and Marvel and Disney's The Fantastic Four first steps on track. It did 118 domestically and a further 100 overseas for a worldwide opening of 218. Domestic numbers are coming in a little lighter than Friday estimates suggested after a steeper than expected 42% drop on Saturday, far more than the 33% of Superman, 22% of Thunderbolts, and 36% drop of Deadpool Wolverine. Superman opened to 220 million worldwide, 125 domestic, 95 overseas, which gives it the slight advantage. Fantastic Four first steps appear to be a little front-loaded as Marvel fans race to see this, which pushed up preview and Friday night numbers. Still, the film is doing very well, even as if it's not quite drawing the family audiences and the kind of numbers Superman did a few weeks ago. On the flip side, it is doing better with the 35 and older crowd than anticipated. The film snagged an A- cinema score, same as Superman and Thunderbolts, coming in second, Superman with 24.8, Jurassic World Rebirth in third with 13, F1 with 6.2, and Smurf you in fifth with 5.4 million. I know what you did last summer, and Eddington plummeted 60% and 62. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go into, so this is the overall thing here. We got Fantastic Four, which currently stands at 218, as we just saw. Then we've got Superman currently stands, I think it's like 502. Yep, 502. Look at this, John. You see this number right here?
Look at that.
Look at this. Look at that.
Independent verification. We're going to need independent verification.
Well, next week it's going to be closer to 800. So
like Kurt Schilling putting that food coloring on his sock. Not real.
F1, the movie F1's at 509 so far.
Shout out to F1, man. Yeah,
509, beating Superman so far.
All you grumpy pants saying, "Well, I don't think it's a profit." 509 is for an Apple movie is amazing.
Crazy. Smurfs at 69 million. Oof. That's generous. That's the worst movie I've seen in a long time.
Yeah,
long time.
Wow,
it's a really bad movie. Even my 13-year-old was I'm like, yeah, it's fine. She's like, that was terrible. She had no idea what that was. The hell was going on. 87 freaking things. But Jurassic World, no, I don't think it's going to make $1 billion. I don't think it's making. I think initially I thought so, but now after it's slowed down. There's no way it's going to do $1 billion. But and if it does, great. But I just can't imagine. I still think out of the 3 movies, as I said, it's going to be the most profitable. It's just it is not as easy to hit $1 billion as it was 5-6 years ago.
Sure. I mean, so we should adjust our determination of that to 900 million, don't you think? Like 900 million could be the new billion, because if everyone clamors, the box office isn't the same since it's post-COVID. Okay, fine. Then we move the barometer and we move the scale back to where if you hit 900 million, that's essentially like hitting $1 billion before COVID. And so I think that's something that we need to be adjusting in our analysis of this stuff, because you said it's much harder to hit $1 billion, and like Lilo and Stitch did it crawling across the finish line. They weren't blowing off the doors.
Right. It took a while. It was a stretch. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And so I think if you get to Jurassic World getting to 700, getting to 800 is a hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah, I think it tops out around between 815 max.
How rich is Scarlett? Scarlett, she always comes across as like a regular lady doing her thing, but
she doesn't flaunt it.
She must have money up the yin yang.
She doesn't flaunt it. So I think that overall, though, when you look at Fantastic Four's numbers, it definitely did less than I thought it would do internationally. I thought it would have did better. I think it did better than Superman internationally,
just by like
5 million, but it did less than Superman did domestically.
Yeah, I think people already like doing those stupid memes. The guy at the cemetery with the peace sign up and the Superman or Fantastic Four logo in the grave or whatever. It's ridiculous. Listen,
they did that for this movie.
Yeah, some people did that over the weekend. I was like, y'all are stupid. Like, because the thing is, the way you look at this situation is, this is a Marvel brand that's a little bit on its heels.
Yes, definitely.
Thunderbolts underperformed. Brave New World really bit the big one. By the way, Feige today saying that stupid crap that the reason it didn't do that is because it was the first one without Chris Evans.
He didn't say that today.
He's a moron, or over the weekend. It's a moronic.
It was last week, yeah. It was last week.
It's a moronic statement. But anyway, the situation here, when you look at it, is this is a damaged brand in terms of Fantastic Four. That most recent film was horrific from 2015, actually tanked. The people honestly don't like the old Fantastic Four movies either. Tim Story, they're defenders, but they're pretty much reviled in terms of quality. So the fact that they were able to come out and be successful with this, I think, is a positive. And yeah, it didn't beat Superman numbers, but it's not like Fantastic Four has the name recognition with the overall fan base in terms of moviegoers like Superman does. So I think this is a great first step for Marvel going forward. Hopefully it maintains and it holds and whatever, but we'll see what the end result is going to be. And aren't we happy that there's 2 positive comic book movies out right now? Shouldn't we be happy about this?
Let's go with the positive for Marvel and the negative for Marvel. The positive is, okay, well, Superman's still only in its 3rd week and still taking some of your box office.
Sure.
So the positive could be, okay, those people who saw Superman now they want to go check out Fantastic Four, because Fantastic Four is really going to be the only game in town as Superman starts to dwindle down. Not only by like 2 weeks, but still, that has a possibility to do that. The negative is, if that isn't the case, and they said, well, I'm just done. I picked Superman. I'm not going to go see Fantastic Four. I picked none of them because I'm just tired of comic book movies.
Yeah.
There is a possibility. There's 2 possibilities. Possibility 1 is that it starts to do better and better and better in the way that like an Aquaman 2 did, or it does what Captain America, Brave New World, or Thunderbolts did. It had its peak, and now it's going to start to go down. And then you can, I still don't think, if Doomsday and Secret Wars underperform, then you can do your memes by the graves if you want to do it. But as of right now, people still care about the stuff enough that if you can get to a place, and again, it's not going to be oh my God, we have this big, massive hit on our hand. It's not. It's going to be either the same as Superman. We either hit our budget or we overperformed by like 100 mil if they're lucky.
Yeah. It's still got an A- cinema score.
Yeah.
It did better with over 35-year-olds than Superman did. But Superman did better with families than Fantastic Four did, which I think is a bit of a hit for Marvel because you want families to want to see the first family of Marvel. You want them to come see it, but it didn't quite work out that way. And we're going to see because there's not much competition. I mean, Naked Gun, I don't think is going to blow the doors off. Neither will Bad Guys. Well, Bad Guys 2 did really well, so maybe that'll take some shine off of all of these films. And then Weapons after that, I don't think it's going to be a threat. So I don't think there's a really, really big threat coming for a bit. So if word of mouth is strong, if people feel like it's a rewatchable movie, then I think it'll be fine. And yes, it'll be comparable to Superman in the end. I think there won't be much separating both of these films in terms of their overall box office, and that's okay. Anyone gloating for one over the other is completely moronic because both of them had a lot of work to do to repair damaged brands. And I don't mean Marvel overall. Fantastic Four was a bit of a damaged brand. So was DC. So they both have done good work to deliver a film that has like 80 to 90% approval from the critics and the fans. And that's a positive. Now we'll see, though, over the next few weeks, if that is going to translate to box office numbers for Fantastic Four that are comparable to Superman's, because that drop that they're talking about, that Dark Horizons article, that 46% drop?
Day 2.
That's 42. Sorry. That's a hell of a loss. 42% from Friday to Saturday and Superman's was, I think
it was bigger than that. I think they said it was bigger than that, wasn't it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. 46%. Superman's wasn't that, was like 32 or something like that. It wasn't that big. So like the fact that it lost some of the people. So internationally, it'll probably make up its numbers. Superman's going to do better domestically. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens the next few weeks on it.
What do you guys make of all of this, man? Where do you think it's going to go as far as have they peaked? Can they make a run? Put your thoughts in there, whether it is in the live stream, whether it is on the replay, and man, the Clips channel. You guys are showing up there. Make sure you go on. It's very simple. You can find the link in the description for the Clips channel, or you can just type in Kristian Harloff Clips. It's that simple, man. Okay. We'll do one more Marvel story because this is one that I thought was pretty interesting in regards to Doom. The rumor is that Marvel Studios is considering keeping Downey as Doom after Avengers Secret Wars. I think this is smart.
Yeah.
According to a new report, Marvel Studios is mulling over whether to keep Downey as the MCU's Doctor Doom after Avengers Secret Wars. We also have updates on Ghost Rider and the Blade movie. Iron Man star Robert Downey Jr. bid farewell to the MCU and Tony Stark in 2019 Avengers Endgame. However, he'll return to the franchise as the villainous Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Casting has divided opinions and raised concerns that Victor Von Doom will be an Iron Man variant. We'll have to see on that, and rumors are already swirling about which reality the new multiverse saga's big bad hails from. Today, Danny Rickman brings word that Marvel is discussing having Downey continue to play Doom after Avengers Secret Wars is released at the end of 2027. We'd imagine the success of Fantastic Four First Steps has something to do with that, as it makes perfect sense for Marvel's first family to share the screen with Doom after his quest to save the multiverse fails. Whether Downey wishes to stick around remains to be seen, but Victor deserves to be more than just a one-off big bad. Other updates from the Insider include the news that an actor has been cast as Ghost Rider. Spirit of Vengeance has previously been rumored to appear in Avengers Doomsday, and plans for Blade to start shooting next year. We had started even before what happened to the actor, John, the actor.
Yeah, I mean, come
on. We started to realize that Kang wasn't big enough, wasn't Thanos, and there was only one character that could be that, because he was in the comics for decades and decades. Because of the Fox acquisition, we finally had it, and it was Dr. Doom. So we finally started talking about Doom even before we officially pivoted from Kang. And in fact, I had started talking with Downey about his audacious idea before Ant-Man 3 even came out.
Sure, Kevin.
It was a long plan that we had to take one of our greatest characters and utilize one of our greatest actors. Yesterday marked a year to the day since Downey was announced as the MCU's Dr. Doom. The Russo brothers took to Instagram to show a throwback video, yada, yada, yada. So they said that Ghost Rider's been cast.
Yeah.
You got any scoop on that?
Jeff keeps thinking it's right. It keeps saying it's Ryan Gosling.
Gosling because of the whole. Well, he's doing Starfighter. Who's to say he can't do Marvel also, right?
It's under the banner,
right? And this is
the same actors.
Yeah, and Josh Horowitz has put that in Kevin Feige's ear years ago, and then and they had like a whole thing about it. There's a whole bit about the fact that he wants to be Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I mean, we know Ghost Rider was Latino in the comics and in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and so people have been clamoring for that. But I mean, I think they want to. I think Kevin knows he's got to swing for the fences. And as we were alluding to earlier from that interview last week, to him, he sees he's got to bring in these big heavy hitters, right? And you've got Downey Jr. coming back, and I think I'm not surprised. I think they want to keep going with him. I think they want him to shepherd all the actors in. I think they realize they don't have the same kind of quality of magnetic actors that they've had in the past. And so what you mentioned earlier, Doom taking over Tony Stark's body, it could very well be Tony Stark versus Dr. Doom at the end of Secret Wars. And that's how it ends. And he ends up saving the universe yet again. And maybe he dies yet again. And then we're out of here. Or he sticks around to help shepherd the other heroes into the next phases. That's very possible.
You think he's gonna stick around as Stark?
He stick around as Stark, yes. And Doom, then someone else is Dr. Doom.
Oh, well, there's
a reveal that it's Killian or Mads Mikkelsen.
In this article, and Brickman seems to think that they're keeping him on as Doom.
I don't know. That would be surprising to me.
I mean, I do agree, though, and I think everybody agrees. You can't just have Doom be the bad guy for 1 and 2, and then that's it. He's got to be a part of Fantastic Four. He's got to be. I mean, if he's that devastating, I want to see him in more than just 2 movies and a post-credits scene.
I know, but people want to cheer for Downey Jr. They don't want to see him as the villain.
He's a great actor.
Yeah, I know.
Make him a bad. I mean, look, you said the same thing about Hogan. You know,
don't bring that. Are we gonna bring that up?
Yeah. Okay. We're talking about it. We're talking about his career in general.
He said he was a good actor.
But you believed he was a bad guy in the NWO.
Oh, he was great in the NWO.
I'm saying everyone said you can't turn Hulk Hogan into a bad guy.
Yeah, but I don't think the superhero movies are the place you go. I mean, they're very rare villains that you cheer for. Like Joker is one of the rare villains people have fascination with. I don't know necessarily. I mean, people love Thanos, and certainly I thought Thanos was right. So there are possibilities, I guess. Killmonger, people love Killmonger. So as we're talking, I'm like, yeah, but those are also, with Thanos, it was leading to that moment.
Sure.
And then he was gone. Of course, he'll come back now. But like Killmonger was one movie. So I wonder how they can keep this going.
You've got to make, again, you have to make Doom has to be devastating. He's got to be, he's got to make Thanos look like a bitch. He's got to be.
I don't know that I buy Downey Jr. as a full Doom. I just don't know that I buy it. I've never seen anything in his acting that would scare me.
You think more
unsettle me.
You think more so he should take over his body, and then and then Doom winds up finding a way to take over somebody else's body, and that's ultimately whoever that is.
Or he goes back to his own body, and then we realize it's not actually Tony Stark.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I asked the audience this: what do you make of that? Is Doom gonna be Downey continuing on? Should it be? Does it make sense, or are you gonna say the same thing that I'm gonna say? Let's see the movie first. Put your thoughts in there. Let's see. All right, let's move away from those movies and let's get to a movie I was looking forward to and I'm going to watch, but I'm less looking forward to it now because the reviews have been piss poor. People that I respect and people that I share opinions with normally on movies are saying it's the farts. And that's Happy Gilmore 2. The reviews are in. Netflix released Happy Gilmore sequel on Netflix with the film seemingly not available to screen ahead of time for press as no reviews were up when it went live. However, it's coming in. The film has hit the review aggregator with 61% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Has that changed since? I mean, this was the other day, so I don't know.
I'll take a look here. Okay,
I bet you it's at 59 when you look now. Yeah. With critics and 74% with audiences. 74% with an audience is a low audience score. That's a low audience score. Along with 52 out of 100 on Metacritic. In other words, a very mixed reception, it seems, with much of the criticism leveled at it being a movie about fan service and nostalgia than any real reason for existing. Kyle Newacek helms the film, which sees Adam Sandler reprising his iconic role from the 1996 original, along with actors like Christopher McDonald, Julie Brown, and Ben Stiller reprising their parts. Here's a sample of reviews. Shannon Miller, who I have seen to be on Liz Shannon Miller, I have seem to be on her page for the last 10 things I've read about her stuff. We have a very similar opinion. Okay. She says, between Happy's family life and a whole new series of challenges for him to tackle, there's enough freshness to the plot to keep it feeling like a total rehash of what came before, while still delivering a wild golf stunt and a huge range of cameos. Okay, Liz Shannon Miller, I guess be hopeful because I've been on board with Liz, her opinions lately. Sandler's desire to go low has always been an aesthetic choice, a conscious embrace of the elemental in himself. He was American screen comedies first and greatest cathartically distributable Jewish punk rock comedian. Happy Gilmore too, he still is. Okay, Owen Gleiberman giving him a shot. There are all big questions, if occasionally funny ones, and Happy Gilmore 2 attempts to answer them with humor and a touch of sadness. More often than not, it makes the shot. So far, 3 in a row that are decent.
Yeah.
Okay. The rule for sequels is give them the same, only different. Happy Gilmore 2 adheres to this concept beautifully along with I haven't seen one bad review yet. Let me see.
Yeah. Even Dan Murrell gave it a decent review.
Okay. So. And I like Dan. So maybe I'm wrong. People that I've heard so far isn't saying it's the farts. I don't know.
Pete Hammond at Deadline Hollywood seemed to like
it. Decent. So are you going to check it out or no?
I guess I will now, having read these reviews. I just heard from people online on social media who are like tearing it apart.
Yeah, I saw a few things
from critics.
Yeah. So Martin from Double Toasted, I love. Martin's one of my favorite people in the world. I guess he hated it. He hated it.
That's a film for Martin, though.
I don't know. He liked the first one.
I don't know if he liked
it. He liked the first one. Martin. I love Martin. Martin is one of the nicest human beings in the world.
He is. Unless he's tackling you from behind and alive.
No, that was Corey. That
was Corey. Sorry.
Corey tackled you from behind. Martin.
That's right. Corey did. Not Martin. Martin would have broke a hip or something. That's right.
I hope he sees us and lays into you on their show.
Yeah, good. Get me on your show, for God's sakes. Double toast. How about triple toast?
Someone send that to Martin. The Rocha say break a hip. Please. I love this guy.
Bring me on the show. Let's get a little more color on the show. Triple toasted. Come on.
A little more. Bring me on there. You block out. It'll be everybody else just turn into. I mean, look at this. I need a tan, John.
Double toasted and Wonder Bread. That's what it would.
100%. All right. So I'm gonna be doing this one with Tina. We're gonna
do a reaction, right?
I think so. I say this because I think she's coming in tomorrow, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna check it out, but probably tomorrow. And when I release it, it'll probably be in the next day or two. So we'll see. What do you guys think about Happy Gilmore 2? Did you see it? If you saw it, tell me your thoughts. I want to know. Put your thoughts in there. Let me know.
There you go.
A couple more stories here. I think the one that I want to talk to you about, because I did a reaction to it today, and I think you did too. Yeah. And that is the new Avatar trailer just hit.
Yeah.
And I don't remember where you stand on Avatar. Are you a fan of the movies?
I stand on Pandora. No, I like the movies.
Yeah.
But they confound me in the amount of money those movies make, because I don't think these stories are groundbreaking in any way, shape, or form. But I do think the visuals, the cinematic scope of them is absolutely jaw-dropping. And there's some
you just answered your own question, by the way.
Yeah, there's some kind of comfort level that comes with those movies that people feel because they go back and see them over and over and over again to get these things like $2 billion. It's mind-blowing.
There are very few movies. I don't know if there's any movie that I enjoy watching in the theater the way that I do Avatar.
Yeah, agreed.
There are other movies I want to go and I want to see, and I have a great time. I feel like I'm in virtual reality when I go to see Avatar. Yeah. I don't feel like there's anyone else sitting around me. I feel like I'm in Pandora. I almost can smell what's going on in the freaking planets. I can taste. I'm in the water. It's crazy, and it's like the way that it's set up. It's just like it's groundbreaking, and I just love being there. I love being in the theater, and I do get emotionally invested in these stories. I think I agree with your point more so with 1 than 2. I thought 2 was more different and didn't pull as much from other past movies, which, by the way, I have no problem with. Yeah. I always drove me nuts. Oh, it's just Fern Gully and Dances with Wolves. And what's Star Wars? What's 1977 Star Wars?
What was Fern Gully? What was Dances with the Wolves? I mean,
movies that you've seen 1,000 times over, but they don't have those same visuals and the same characters. It's that argument always drove me crazy. But nonetheless, I think second one, really, if you see the evolution from what they do with Jake into leading to his relationship with the Na'vi, how he pushed it towards family, and then you're going to see it really lead more towards with his kids. And I like the idea we're not getting just like the bad humans, the bad humans. We got the bad humans already. Now we're getting the bad Na'vi, which I think is great.
Yeah. Una Chaplin being the voice of the main villain in the trailer. She was in Taboo. She was in Game of Thrones, and so I like the way she delivers.
Yeah.
She delivers that line at the end of the trailer. It's really powerful.
She's great. Yeah, I like her.
Here, it's strong. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. The visuals here again, stunning. The stuff in the air, because we're also going to get a Wind People clan. That looks amazing. Jake being arrested. What does that mean? Jake trying to tell Neytiri, like, you can't constantly dial into your rage. We're never going to get anywhere.
I love that.
It's so great, right?
Yeah.
It's nice to see that in reverse, because most of the time it's the female character telling the male character, you can't give in to your rage all the time. We have to find a way through this, and how that's going to affect the kids. And I like that they're basically setting up that we're going to be moving on from Jake and Neytiri probably in the next movie, and it'll be the kids who take over as the lead of these films going forward. And if James can pull that off and not lose any kind of money, not lose any kind of quality, I think that's going to be a hell of a trick. You know, as Marvel is finding out, it's not so easy to pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah,
so
here's the advantage. But here's the advantage he has.
Yeah.
He had set it up because of what I just said. What he did so well in the first movie is there's enough humans in it that you're not like, what are these big blue creatures? I don't want to follow the big blue creatures.
Yeah.
Learn about the big blue creatures through the humans first.
Right.
Then by the time you get to the second one, it's really more about the big blue creatures with the humans being in there. You got Spider and a couple of, but for the most part, it's about the big blue creatures. Yeah. In this one, seems like it's majority of the big blue creatures, and you just got stupid little Spider running around the place.
And even Miles now through as an evil Na'vi there. Now he's figured it out, so even he's dialed into this world even more.
Yes, and so it's more about that. And I think that so good. You go to your point that because it's essentially it's not voice acting, it's motion capture and everything. It's performance capture, as to say.
Yes,
but it's still. If you lock into the characters enough, it's more about locking into the characters more so than worry about if it's Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana. Like it's like if you're locked in enough, you know, we've responded to the both of them over the course of two movies. So obviously you can't push them out.
Yeah.
But they can have diminished roles. And as far as the rage part, it makes all the sense in the world considering what happened to her in the last movie. And she voiced anger.
Yeah.
I mean, and not just like you can have someone just screaming and yelling, but the sadness you felt inside of that anger in the second one, it's still it teared me up when I saw it because I felt what she was feeling.
Well, she's carrying so much of it from the end of the first movie, and then everything that happens in the second movie. So there's a lot of pain and rage and anger and frustration from these people who have shown up and essentially invaded her world with their technology. And yes, she fell in love with one of the people from that world. So there's a lot of guilt mixed in with all this stuff. So there's so much complexity to that character. And so I'm so looking forward to seeing how they play this out in the third movie with her stuff.
What do you guys think about the trailer? You like it? Are you going to see it? I think that tons of people say, nah, I'm not going to see it. And then you want to see it anyway. Otherwise, how's it making close to $2 billion every time it comes out? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know what you think. All right, John, let's get to it.
All right, what's up?
We got right now. I'm going to double check, but right now it stands at 36.
Oh, 36.
What it looks like, which is a good start to see if you can get yet another week where you hit 100, and then Roxy's got to try to catch you. Well, Roxy and Mike are going to be on tomorrow, so they're going to try to
double whammy.
Double whammy with Mike and Roxy. But let's see. We're going to, before we do that and get into the questions, I'll double check and see if I missed any through the silly old StreamYard. You tell us what's going on with the channel.
Oh yeah, the John Rocha channel, making the transition this coming week. So come on, head on over there, youtube.com/John Rocha Says. Everything happening there. We got our live review tonight of Fantastic Four with the Geek Buddies. Plus, we're going to talk about their experiences at Comic-Con. Is it kind of falling apart? Is it going away? We're going to talk about all that live at 5 p.m. PT tonight. Of course, we got Spill the Tequila tomorrow night with me and Winston talking about everything that's going on in the world of entertainment. And then Jeff and I with a hot mic. And I imagine we'll have a Jedi Way this week as some Star Wars news dropped at Comic-Con as well. So
what was the news? So yeah, lockdown.
George Lucas did a panel. That's the news.
That's the news. You can do a full Jedi way on George Lucas being a Comic-Con. Talking about what?
He's already a meme. That's hilarious.
Okay. Have the best time of your life. Okay. So we did have one that didn't show up, and it's El Baba Yaga.
Oh, yeah.
The second post-credit had a Sentinel in it, maybe showing how the Fox X-Men are in that world and why they show in Doomsday just a guess. I think in the animated part they showed a Sentinel, right?
Yeah.
I heard that too. We'll see. I'm curious. There was another theory, which who was it? It might have been New Rockstars, I think, that I saw. Which I think they're on to something. And their theory was essentially that because people were asking why at the post-credit of Thunderbolts do you see the ship, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
And it looks like for some reason we know now, and again, spoilers, guys, if you guys are jumping in, we're talking spoilers about Fantastic Four. So here, I'll do this again for anybody who jumped in later. Hold on. Okay. So that was the other thing from Fantastic Four at the end is that I did think that their planet was going to go Gonski. I thought it was toast. I was like, there's no way this can end in them winning because they're going to. Why are they going to the other planet? But I think what happens, and this is what New Rockstar said, and I think I agree with them. I think they're going to start to go on this mission to save other multiverses. And I don't think they go to 616 first. I think they go to the Fox universe first, get as many, this is what they said, and I agree with them, as many remaining X-Men that they can get. And then they start teaming up, because Alan Cumming had just said recently that he did some scenes with Pedro. Yeah. So it would make sense. That would be if they were like kind of teaming up, and then they take those X-Men into the 616. Maybe. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And the way they open the door to all of that. And so that's how it's going to be. That seems to be the way it's going to go down. Yeah, I agree with you
100%. Okay, let's see. So that was that one there. Next one is from R Dramatica. Hey fellas, I love Fantastic Four. For me, they redeemed the first family. I agree with that. So it's not a shocking thing to say this is the best Fantastic Four movie that they've made. I love it. For me, they redeemed the first family. Some pacing issues for me. Okay. However, I loved the wormhole scene.
Yeah.
So great. Chemistry of all the characters was fantastic. Music, yeah. It was. I agree with all that. Same, John?
100%.
Yeah. The DX Batman says, good evening, John. When is the next Jedi Way? There you go.
There you go. Probably this week. I have to talk to Laura and Kevin and see what's going on. Kevin's had some stuff he's been dealing with. So, we'll bring it back together for sure.
Those are 3 that we missed. So you're currently at 45, not 42, as it says.
Nice.
45.
Bring it on, people. Let's get to 100. Come on, y'all.
Yeah. Boom bust. 1 out of 2. Fantastic Four was an A+ for me until Sue's speech. Everything was way too convenient. I agree with that. And turned into a standard MCU movie. The whole world listened to a group that just told me they picked their baby over the entire planet. Still, I give it a B+ and saw it twice. And Kirby blew me away as Sue. She was pretty.
Well, I mean, and I think people have to understand this. Like, it's not America, right? It's not the Earth.
Right. It's not 616.
This is a completely different Earth, a completely different way of operating. And so, and the Fantastic Four in their world is the people who protected them numerous times, advanced their civilization numerous times, as we saw in that opening montage. And so when you balance that out with a moment with a thing like, well, they want to sacrifice their baby, like maybe cooler heads prevailed after the speech. I agree. Things got solved a little too quickly, but you could put it in context and make it make sense.
Yeah. Well, and it's also, she didn't have to just convince New York, though. She had to convince the entire world.
Yeah, the entire world. The entire world was dependent on them.
With one speech. Yeah. So I don't disagree with that. But it was one of those things where all right, whatever. Tim Bino, when Sue said kill her, Johnny, it was like, hot damn, that was a great moment.
Ditto.
Great moment.
It's a little window into this is a different kind of invisible woman.
Yes.
And so I can't wait to see which one we get.
Mama Bear, man. Yeah. Mad Sinister Macau. Fantastic Four was good, but could have been better with an extra 30 minutes. Maybe. Why are we making shorter Marvel films? If you pee your pants, that's on you. I think because there's been an overabundance of too long that people have been like, let's go. Right? I think 215 would have been okay. What was it? 202?
It was 202.
It should have been 215. I think 215 would have been okay.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
Probably going to give Ben a little bit more to do if he did 215.
Yeah.
Crash and Coyote. If I had a nickel for a July superhero film, second act, the heroes escape out of a black hole, I have 2 nickels. Isn't it cool? But it happened. Cool that it happened twice. But yeah, it's true because it happened with Superman too.
Yeah. But he wasn't in a black hole. So.
No, but he was close to it.
Yeah.
Go Pal. Back from vacation. Welcome back.
Nice.
I hope you had a good one. Go Pal says, but this goes in a drawer until I can see the movie. Oh, all right, fair enough. You're not even listening to us right. Thank you. Yeet. SummerSlam prediction, boys. If Jade beats Tiffany Time, it'll be the worst booking Triple H has ever made, and I may use therapy to recover. I hate to say this, John, but it's gonna happen. Jade's gonna win the title.
Sadly true. It's gonna be a botch of a match. It's gonna be a match with so many because Tiffany's still a little rusty or a little raw as well. I mean, I've seen some of her most recent matches. There are some slip ups, there are some mistakes. So, like, you're throwing it in with Jade Cargill. I'm so dreading that match. I'll probably do a live watch along, but I'm going to be like squinting through the whole time through that whole match. But yeah, I think it's terrible booking, but you're probably right.
We'll see. As far as other predictions go, I'm not going to lie to you, John. I'm a little behind. What are some of the what's some of the card? I knew that one was happening, and then is Cody fighting Cena?
Yes, Cody is fighting.
Cody's going to go heel, right?
Yeah, it seems like a double switch is going to happen.
Right, because you need the remainder months of Cena to get cheered. You can't just have him be a good guy for like another month.
Yeah, because they messed it up, like I told you.
You're 100%. It didn't. Well, no, I'm gonna pull you. I'm gonna pull you here.
Pulling me?
This is one person's fault why this didn't work.
Okay,
The Rock.
How dare you?
This is The Rock's fault.
Triple H is in charge.
No. Whoa, no.
Don't be blaming.
I'll tell you why I blame him.
Okay.
I'll tell you why I blame him because you are not wrong. That Triple H is like, okay, we're gonna put that into play.
Yeah.
You gonna be around? Yeah, I'll be around. You're gonna help us do this? Yeah, I'm gonna help you do it. Okay, then let's go for it. Let's do it. The guy was nowhere to be found. He brought in Travis Scott, who was pretty much like the equivalent of bringing in RoboCop during the WCW.
David Arquette. Yeah.
Yes, and having like that then doesn't show up to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Doesn't show up anywhere. If you're Triple H, you go, I thought it would work. Like I had The Rock. He was gonna push forward and be my champion and my guy. And I'm telling him to do this. I thought he was gonna be on board. The guy never showed up for me.
It's because they changed
Triple H's fault.
But they changed the creative, and The Rock, that isn't what The Rock had agreed to. And so when they changed the creative, The Rock had to say, you know what? If you want to go that route, that's fine. I'm not going to be there.
What creative did they change?
I agreed to something, and you, Triple H, changed the terms with whoever else was involved in creative on this. And so if that's the storylines you want to go with, I don't want to be a part of it. And that's what ended up happening.
Yeah,
but you're right about
you really care about the company, though, and how much is about your ego. I can't believe I'm taking your point of view on this.
Hey, I've told you about this.
But I'm just telling you, like that, it was he was not playing. He was playing for himself in this one.
Yes.
Because like you can't, if you commit to that, whether they change their creative or not, the worker sticks with it, and the worker goes, look, I didn't like you. Look at Mark Hamill. Fundamentally disagreed with Rian Johnson in the way that he portrayed Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
Delivered probably the best performance of his career in a fart movie.
Oh, people might argue with that. But yes, but I mean, he also went back and forth publicly on it.
Of course.
The Rock at least hasn't done that.
I would rather him do that. I would rather him say, I hate the fact that I had to do this, but I did it. I hate the fact he should have been there from the get-go.
100%.
He should have been there to the end and taken it all the way through. Could be one of the best angles ever.
I think this goes all the way back to there's still some bad blood between Triple H and Rock. I
couldn't agree more.
Right from the beginning, there's always been some bad blood. Like him and Stone Cold are cool. Those guys got out of the business.
I'll help you. Just kidding. Drop your right.
It was never able to get out of the business. He stayed in the business. He is and he tried to be acting and go see that terrible performance in Blade Trinity. He tried to break out and he couldn't do it because there was no public for him there.
No,
but there is here, and so he has an ownership of this.
Oh yeah, we're in agreement there. We're in agreement there. But either way, so I think Cena is going to wind up losing the strap to Cody, and Cody would get as the heel champion.
Yes.
So which is about time.
Do you think CM Punk beats Gunther? I mean, how many times can they have him fight the title?
You got to have him win.
Right?
You got to have him win.
I think so.
Gunther will have 1,000 different range. Let Gunther get a shot at the big strap later on down the line too. Right. But yeah, let CM Punk run because and then if CM Punk can hold on to the title, until WrestleMania, then Seth Rogen to come out of it. Dude, I've been botching names left and right. I was so tired of this move the other day.
I hear you, brother.
I kept telling people that I was going to purposely, because I messed up on my Fantastic Four out of the theater. I called Matt Shackman Adam Shankman, right?
That's great.
And then I said, you know what? I got so much engagement. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep messing up names just to get engagement. So on my Fantastic Four spoiler review, I open up and I go, here's a spoiler review for the Marvels, right? And everyone's like, oh, the Marvels, huh? I know what you're doing there. 100%. That was absolutely a shoot. 100%. I had I was so, people are like, oh, you did it on purpose. I'm like, nope. Did not do that on purpose. Because I had just released the Marvels as a reaction that we did.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it and like messed that up. My brain has been JTE mush lately. So anyway, as you see, CM Punk will be, because then Seth Rollins comes back. I think that happen.
I wonder if either Seth interferes or maybe even Goldberg, because remember that Goldberg's been pissed off about the way that the whole match went down.
They're not going to bring Goldberg back. You know what? WWE's done with him.
I hope so.
WWE's done with him. They're like, okay, dude, you want to? We gave you. Who else got send offs like that? And you're bitching and moaning about it. Like, I don't think they should have cut up his speech to be. I know it's network TV, and they're like, well, it's TV. We don't. Other matches should have either been cut down or anything too. I do think that was crappy. If you're going to give the guy it was crappy, but it also happens.
Yeah,
it also happens. And bitching about it was stupid. But we'll see. Other who's Becky will probably lose the title, I think. Right?
Becky is taking on Lyra.
She'll put her over.
No count, no DQ.
Yeah, she'll put her over.
Yeah. Then you have Solo and Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match. That's gonna be fun.
Solo will win. He should.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been great. Oh my god, the whole arresting him angle was hilarious the other night. Naomi, Rhea, and Io will be interesting for Naomi.
I think Naomi wins. I think Naomi comes out on top of that one if they want to
legitimize her, man.
Yeah. You got to keep building more stars, and I know that she's been around for a while, but this is her best run.
Yeah,
as you know, she's actually kind of elevated her stat, almost not in the same level that Becky Lynch did. But Becky Lynch was pretty much just around for a little bit, and then she had an angle, and then she became the man, and then she went up. Yeah. And Naomi has had a similar run to where, like, it was okay, people wouldn't even really care she was back, and then she does this thing, and everyone's. I remember talking to you on this show, and I'm like, and you're like, no, you got to see the work she's been doing, and then I saw, I was like, okay, I get it. And what is Jey Uso even fighting?
Jey Uso is fighting with Roman against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which has been being set up.
Okay,
it's going to be 2 nights, by the way. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that. I did.
On Saturday and Sunday night this week.
I know it's going to be tough. Buster Barnes just watched Fantastic Four. I think my order for comic book movies this year is Superman, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Big Gap, Brave New World. Overall, a solid year for a comic. I would say I gotta watch Thunderbolts again. Because I'm only saying this because recency bias. I would go Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Superman, Brave New World. But
I think I have to, you know what? No, I have to go Superman, Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. DUI champ, Brother Rocha.
Yes.
Does your sugar no carb diet allow zero carb, zero sugar energy drinks, Monster or Venoms?
No, because those have coloring in them, and those have things that so you have to have those have to be clear drinks. They have to be clear drinks. You want to do sparkling water, but you do the Arrowhead stuff where it still has a hint of the flavor of a fruit or whatever, but you're not getting the coloring. That's why I can't do ice either. Sparkling water ice, that's bad as well.
I like bubbly.
Yeah, the bubbly works. Yeah, the bubbly grape is good.
I like the cream soda. My favorite, orange cream soda. Scott F. Horowitz. What's up, Scott? Hey. My official, great Yankee jersey. My official Fantastic Four movie rankings are The Incredibles, Fantastic Four First Steps, Incredibles 2, Fantastic Four Rise of Silver Surfer, Fantastic Four 94, Corman Unreleased, Fantastic Four 2015. I'll agree with that. I'll let it stand.
Sure.
My little one, by the way, who I continue to talk about on this show, who is just, she's a character all of herself. Speaking of bubblies, we were over at our new place. My wife and I sitting down. She's like, "Can I try a bubbly?" Like, yeah, we can. She's like, and then she's like, "All right, everybody." She goes up to this. She's like, "I want to make a speech." It's me, my wife, and her. and she got to drink it. She goes, she's like, all right, so I want to make a speech, blah, blah, blah. And I go, all right, Maisie, hold on. You got to say here. And she looks at me. She goes, I'll allow it. I'll allow it. She says to me. All right. Iron Angel 1989 becomes a YouTube member. Thank you. A lot of great stuff. We got our live stream coming up soon. We just put up the K-pop Demon Hunters reaction, but PLD was quick as lightning. Oh. He put up the non-edited. It was ready to go before even the radio. So
that's someone no one's ever said. PLD is quick as lightning. No one's ever said that.
He's been on it from a guy who was ready to bail. He's ready to bail on the unedited. He couldn't even. Wow. He said, "I can't do it. It's too much." Wow. And then he said, "Wait a minute. You know what?" He went back to the lab, and he figured it out. Now he pumps him out quick. J Mac Ready 6693. They made Reed a moron. Oh, I don't think so. Reed in the comics refused to teleport to Earth due to gravity, interior and orbital the dynamics, catastrophic loss of life, nerf power. That's too much comic book stuff.
Get out of here, you nerd.
No, don't say that. But I think, Mac, I think that's too much comic. I think that I get it. I get being locked into it and everything too. But as far as a movie goes, comics are not the movies. You got to be able to change things around from comics into movies, and that's okay for me. But clearly it didn't work for you. But I liked it. Ninja Carm, Sue yelling at Johnny to kill his servers. I guess that moment really stood out. Right?
Yeah, man. You don't see that from Sue.
No, yeah. 46 right now, John. 46.
Thanks. Thank you, guys.
No, I lied. 49. 49. Dingus McNally. Crazy to think that we won't get a superhero movie until Supergirl in June of 2026. Do you think it will benefit the movie since it's a year wait for the genre? I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not like no one's going to release. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like no one's going to have big news about superhero stuff. We're going to get all kinds of stuff all the time. But yes, we won't get projects for sure.
We won't get a movie for a bit. And I think that an absence makes the heart grow fonder. So I think so. RJ following it up. One-dimensional characterization, no character arcs other than the Silver Surfer. Again, I disagree.
Yeah.
She was defined solely by her baby as the devoted mom. You don't think that Johnny had a character arc? You don't think that Reed had a character arc? And the fact that his whole thing was that he was just so locked in on the science and trying to figure things out that he had to actually be a dad.
He was rattled. I mean, the guy from Galactus, he was so rattled at the press conference that he revealed what the price was.
Yeah.
And if he'd been thinking a little more clearly, he would have never revealed that they wanted his son in exchange. So yeah, there was a whole, and remember, Reed was questioning the possibility of surrendering his son even, and Stu called him out on it. So yes, there is absolutely an arc, man.
I wouldn't argue too hard if someone said that Ben didn't have much of an arc. I don't really think he did.
Fair. Yeah,
I don't think he did. I think it's like he was sad.
Yeah,
he was sad. But no, everyone else, I disagree with that, my man.
Yeah,
Pascal, Silver Surfer surfing the lava was incredible. Yeah, it was. I love Sue's speech. I won't sacrifice my baby for you, and I won't sacrifice you for my baby. The speech was great. It was just convenient. Like someone noted, it's her version of Caps. We don't trade lives line. Yeah, for sure. Darren Lee Wright. Happy Gilmore 2 made a crap week so much better. I love hearing that.
All right.
Probably a good nostalgia moment to have, right?
Especially maybe I'll watch it after the show. I've got a couple hours.
Not going out to the theater. You know what I mean? Like you're sitting in the comfort of your home and you're relaxing. Are you going to do a reaction to it?
I don't know. We'll see. I don't have a reaction person, so I don't have PLD hanging out with me.
Val, do it to Val.
Oh, maybe I'll ask Val. Yeah, okay, all right, very good.
Dingus McNally. After seeing the Fire and Ash trailer, do you think the Avatar franchise will ever have a movie that doesn't make $1 billion? The movie looks gorgeous. It's very easy to say yes that it won't, because even you look at where the business is, it's not easy to hit that $1 billion, but Avatar seems to do it. Both movies have people been like, oh, it became cool afterwards to hate the first one, but for the most part, people were on board with it.
Yeah.
You never really heard something that was a terrible movie. You heard people say unoriginal. You heard people say that, but you never heard, oh my God, it was so bad. The script was bad. You never heard that about it. Yeah. The day they go, I don't care about these characters and I don't care about the story, that's when it risks not making the money.
It's more, the question should be, do you think the Avatar franchise will ever have a movie that doesn't make $2 billion? That's really the more valid question. Yeah.
Did it make $2 billion the last one?
Yeah, I think it did.
And you might be right.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up. Simon Section enjoyed Fantastic Four, but I don't know. That birthing scene in space was too clean for me. The thing should have been a Jackson Pollock bait. Come on, we're in a Marvel movie. Is it because Sue could conceal? Oh, never mind. Fair enough. Yeah. You're in a Marvel movie. There's only so much. You ever see those movies when the kid comes out and it just looks like a 4-year-old?
Yeah. I mean, I get the point. I thought that too. Where's the fluid and all of that? Even more so that Ben is looking right at her chocha as that a baby's coming out. So, but it was handled. I thought it was handled really well, and
right.
it's works on the stress. So Avatar 2.3 billion, Avatar 1.9 right now.
2.9.
Yeah, because of the re-releases and stuff.
Shit, 2.9. Yeah. When you do this as much as we do this now, you realize how big of a number 2.9 really is.
Yeah,
that's insanity.
It's beating Avatar. I'm sorry, it's beating Avengers Endgame by like 100,000 because that's 2.8.
Wow.
So yeah,
so that's a lot of money, dude. Tyler Balmer. Hey guys, I enjoyed Fantastic Four. I have no idea how they're going to get Doctor Doom involved. Do you think Spider-Man will release next summer or also get postponed? Is that a Sony or Marvel decision? I think it's both their decision, but I don't think it's going to get postponed.
No, it's not going to be postponed. And if it is, I think it won't be either one decision. It'll be obviously a mutual decision because they're mutually benefiting from the movie. But no, and remember that's a Sony distributed film, not a Marvel distributed film.
Right.
So that doesn't count towards the Marvel approach to. So Sony will have a superhero film out, but not Marvel, right? It'll be
but it is still part of the MCU.
It is, right? Yes, but
but I don't think it's gonna I think it's really gonna shape the events of Spider-Man, which maybe you get a post-credit scene that the Russos throw in again because they know that they can.
It's supposed to be It's supposed to be happening at the same time as Doomsday. So
at the same
that'll
time.
be interesting.
Okay. Jekyll323. Aside from the little nitpicky things, my only issues I really feel like they cut out a lot to get to the runtime under 2 hours. I did like the movie though. I think that's a fair argument. They cut some stuff for sure.
Sure.
Darren Lee Wright. Hey John, are you planning on bringing back Game Time for NFL season? Let's go Reds tonight versus Dodgers.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, I haven't done anything on that sports channel in a long time, but maybe Winston and I will cover it on Spill the Tequila. Maybe we'll do that. We'll see. I'll let you know.
You know how I feel about that. Jacob 323. I saw a tweet basically saying Franklin revived Sue so she wasn't stuck with the other three. And after that baby seat scene, it low key makes sense. That scene at the end was pretty funny though. When they like, I have been there. That car seat is the worst. It's the worst. I had so many different times trying to plug that stupid thing in, wrapping it around the side, going, and I'm like, yes, it would take 3 people to do it. It was the absolute worst. Hate that stuff.
Yeah, you have to earn that scene. It's such a cute little scene. If the movie works for you, you love that scene.
Yeah. All right. Next one here. Again, 55 currently, John.
Nice.
55.
Come on, guys. 45 more. Let's get to 100. Let's go. Where's Eric when I need him? Come on.
I know. Simon Section. The Sue versus Galactus scene reminds me of the TV movie The Incredible Hulk, where we see a mother lift a car, but Banner couldn't lift the heavy table. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I thought of that immediately as well, Simon Section. When I was in the theater, when she was doing it, I was like, oh my God, remember this at the opening of Incredible Hulk in the 1970s? That's what he did.
Yeah.
He was inspired by what that woman did to try to get the strength and whatever and get the gamma rays. It was fascinating. Yeah.
Carlton Rudder. London Calling. What's up, Carlton? Doug, Fantastic Four, solid comic book movie. Recommend John's latest episode of The Cinephiles, casting classic movie stars as superheroes. Great fun.
Thank you.
Those are, I'm sure, like that. You know what? I've seen a lot of those, like those AI videos.
Yeah, we tried. We didn't post any of those AI images or videos. We just had our own conversations about.
Have you seen those videos though?
Oh yeah, I have.
They're great, aren't they?
Kind of mind blowing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, pretty crazy. I saw the one with Clint Eastwood as Wolverine. You see that one? It's really good. Dingus McNally, do you think video game adaptation is the next big thing in Hollywood? Amazon just announced a Wolfenstein series. They've been trying to do it forever. It's just the fact that finally someone cracked the code in Last of Us Season 1, and Super Mario Brothers did it. So
Fallout, yeah.
Yes, if they actually stay true to I think Last of Us is an example. Stay true to the essence of the story. Don't go far off, because when you stay, you can add stuff, but don't go too far away from it, because if you go too far with the audience, we liked what you did originally. Yeah. So I think that they should start to. I still think they should scrap the Fallout. The hell was it? Oh my God, Nathan Drake. Help me.
Uncharted. Yeah.
They should scrap Uncharted sequel and do a damn reboot in a television series. That would be great. Apple do it.
Yeah, and look, they haven't just cracked it. They've been doing that consistently well because the video games finally stepped up and their storytelling has also come close to cinematic storytelling. And so there's been an easier jump from video games to these adaptations than in the past, I think.
Fantastic. Oh. Big Bang OT4. Pedro is fantastic as Reed. Best Reed of all time. Not hard to say, but right now, how great.
No offense to Ingrafon.
No, he's fine. And then was it Miles Teller that was Reed?
Yeah, Miles Teller was Reed.
I stand by it. First 15 minutes of Josh Trank's movie, not a bad movie.
Agreed. Everything up until the science fair.
Yeah, turns into the farts from there.
Yeah.
Unheard Sirens Incorporated. Tony Stark was kind of the villain in Civil War. Just saying, he was. I don't know if he was villain, but he certainly was the antagonist.
He was the antagonist.
Yeah,
right. He wasn't the villain.
He wasn't the villain.
And he was still likable. So
yes. Daniel Lee Wright. Today, I'll hit watching 300 plus movies for the fifth year.
Wow. Today.
Film 300 will be Moonstruck. Snap out of it. And Naked Gun at cinemas for 301 August. Enjoy, man. That's fun. It's good for you. Nice. I remember when I had time. Big Bang OT4. Quinn absolutely silenced the haters. Flame on. He was good. Yeah. I thought
he was saying why people don't like Joseph. Like, what? He was great in Stranger Things. Why?
Yeah, and he was actually, and out of the two emperors in Gladiator 2, he was the better.
He was the one,
it was in a cartoon. Yeah. Shelf presence, or the end credit is Franklin changing Doom's face. This would allow them to have a real Doom unveiled after Secret Wars or during. Give the audience both. Yeah, they just got to make it not confusing for audiences or regular audiences.
That's what I think. I think there's a real Doctor Doom. It's not Tony Stark, and it's going to show itself in Secret Wars or Secret Wars, not Doomsday. And so I think it's going to be fascinating to see how that plays out.
Let's see. Both those movies have to be long. You can't make those movies 2 hours.
100%.
Yeah. Big Bang OT4. Shalabal surfing in space was cinema. It was pretty mind blowing, to be honest.
The speed with which that thing would turn around and take off was awesome. Oh my God.
Daffy Day, Mark Moody. Oh, hell yeah. That Avatar Fire and Ash trailer was awesome. So good. That music. Love James Horner's themes. I love them.
Yep. Agreed.
Jen Matal 6923. Do you think that Tron Ares will be a sleeper hit this fall? I certainly hope so. I haven't seen a trailer yet.
You haven't seen any of the trailers?
No, I've been avoiding them.
Wow.
I want to go in blind.
I'm loving the trailers. I thought the panel was a lot of fun. I saw it. I watched it yesterday on YouTube. Jeff Bridges was hilarious, and I'm excited for it. It all depends on how people react to it because it's a little bit of a damaged brand as well. So are people going to come and see this? Are they going to have an interest in it? But it's not going to be a monster hit. It'll be a sleeper hit if it catches on, but it won't be like $500-600 million. Ain't gonna
no. Yeah. Do you mentioned I know you can do a deeper dive on it in Geek Buddies, but you think Comic-Con's toast?
Oh yeah.
As far as studio involvement, not
well, I think overall. Listen, I was there on Friday and Saturday.
You went.
I did. A friend let me borrow back because I didn't even apply for press credentials. I didn't care. And a friend said, "Pierre, take my badge for the day." And I went for the day on Saturday and Friday rather, walked around all that. Man, I could get through the entire floor, no problem.
Really?
I'm used to it being like cattle.
You can't even move.
Yeah, you can't even move. And I went through the middle section to really kind of prove
really
where it's at, and I was able to freely move around. It was and that was in the afternoon. Wasn't even like right when it opened, when it would probably be less full. It was right in the middle of the afternoon. I walked all through it, no problems at all. They were barely selling any t-shirts.
No excitement.
Huh? There wasn't that excitement. There really wasn't. You could feel it. You could sense
Next year will be though. A Doomsday.
Yeah, I guess.
Next year will be it's gonna be Doomsday all over that damn place.
Yeah, but I mean, even the elevators at the Bayfront Hilton didn't have like what they used to have, which is those pictures promoting stuff.
Really?
So yeah, I mean, it was a bit of a subdued Comic-Con. It was really surprising.
Wow. Big Bang OT4 or Big Bang OT4. Possible that Doom swap bodies with Tony Stark. Hey, that's what we said. Excited for the future MCU and DCU. Need DC to ramp up their output. Super hyped for Doomsday.
No. DC should go with its ramping up the output is what caused the problem last time.
I agree with you. No, stay the course. Yeah. Stay the course. You already done your job. People are now curious. Even those people who didn't really love Superman, they're still curious to see where it goes next.
Right.
Not like going, oh, I'm done with it. They're curious to see where it goes next. Stay the course. Yeah. Joyous Romer, may the force be with you guys. Outlaw, what's your thoughts on The Mandalorian and Grogu?
I don't know. I'm nervous. Like, isn't every Star Wars fan a little nervous that they're not going to get this right and that it'll come out looking like just a glorified episode of the TV series? So that's kind of where I think Kristian's in that place too. We're just kind of like, we're hoping it's good, but we're also kind of worried that it won't be. So that's what I'm saying.
This is a very smart move once again by Bob Iger. Okay, he's doing the Moana thing. They were already going to spend $200 million on season 4. No, thank you. You ready with the season? Please turn it into a movie so we can, at the very least, we can get $200 million back.
Yeah,
and we'll market it. And if we don't get 100, at least we lose a little, as opposed to losing all of the money on streaming. Anyway, so it's a win for them regardless. Do I think it's going to be any good? It is absolutely it's going to be a highly produced volume episode of Mandalorian. Yeah. And it's going to be like a Clone Wars episode come to life. And this isn't the first real Star Wars movie. I did think at one point that Favreau was going to make this his, Star Wars and make it look like the old trilogy. I don't anymore. I think it's going to wind up being one of those things. They're going to turn it into a season. They're going to make some money back on it, but it's really going to be the Starfighter movie is the first Star Wars movie since, because it's the first produced for film. This is a television show that is turning into a movie, which will be good. I hope it's as good as season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
We'll see. Johnny Venerable 4501, nervous about too many characters in Doomsday. Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, Fox X-Men, and some OGs is all you need. Don't force Disney Plus characters in by default. Well, that's going to happen. Yeah,
Johnny.
Yeah, well, I think you're going to see them more in Secret Wars than in Doomsday, though.
Yeah.
You think you're going to see them in
Secret Wars more than Doomsday, but Doomsday already has 37 characters, and they keep adding. And as Rebecca Romaine said over the weekend, they didn't finish with the script. So there are more to come. There's going to be at least 50 characters in that movie.
It's going to be the most expensive movie of all time, right? Has to be.
Secret Wars will be, but Doomsday will be right behind it.
Okay. War Table Entertainment. That's a cool name. Saw Avatar trailer during Fantastic Four. My dad said he doesn't want to see it because it looks more like a video game with no humans. He loved the first and second. Well, look at that. So my point was pretty much just thrown back into my face and said that's not true. I'm tired of the humans in it, but your dad clearly wants some humans in it. Yeah. But I don't think it looks like a video game in my opinion, but that's your pops. Your pops said that. So I wonder, that's a good point though. Will some people go, I don't know, there's no humans in this one. I don't want to see it.
That's why Transformers always has humans in it, even though I think they should just do a whole film on Cybertron. People are always like, well, what about the humans? No humans.
No more humans. We don't need them. They're there. They're trying to turn it every single time. They're in the machine. They don't realize it's a robot. What's happening? Clearly, it's a robot. It's been here for 5 movies.
They caused the problem, then they fix the problem, and they want to be called heroes. And
the movies keep bombing. Bring back Michael Bay. Dingus McNally. After seeing Predator, Badlands, and Avatars, I love how they aren't human leads. No more humans. Star Wars should learn. Imagine a Wookiee-led Star Wars movie. Yeah, a Wookiee, like, I still don't understand. I still don't get it. I would love to talk to somebody about that. And not just Star Wars, Marvel in general. They always do series, right? They always do series, and they do like, okay, let's spend $230 million on an Acolyte series. Why not spend $150 million on a Star Wars movie?
Yeah,
just for Disney Plus, in the way that Disney Plus does that all the time, or Disney, like these movies, these zombie movies, which you've probably never heard of. Yeah. What was the other ones that the Descendants. Have you heard of the Descendants?
Yeah.
Okay. very popular with my kids, right?
Yeah.
They released, and Henry Danger is another one. And they released these movies. They had the show, and then they released it into movies, and they crush on it. And the same with, look, Happy Gilmore 2 made just for streaming, right? Why doesn't Star Wars, instead of making series, why don't you do one direct, movies that maybe couldn't deliver, like a Wookiee movie? I'm not saying you should do a Wookiee movie, but if you did a one, that clearly wouldn't be something you're going to put in the theaters. But if you did something for streaming, if you do even like that Darth Plagueis thing you kept talking about, put it out because you're going to have a better shot at doing a villain-led streaming movie than selling out and being able to market a villain-led Star Wars movie that's over 100 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. Absolutely. I still would love to see a Wookiee movie.
Jimmy B93. What's up, guys? Yo, no Vinny Chase and Daryl West Prada too? Yeah. Did Johnny Drama try to nail Meryl Streep during the first one? Queens Boulevard 200 scene? The fans got to know. Well, that just shows you the product of the times, right? Back in 2005 when that movie came out, Vinny Chase or Adrian Grenier was hot. I think you're the first person that has said his name in that time. Oh. What was the last thing? He was in a documentary. What was the last thing you saw him in?
Yeah.
You see him in shit.
Jeff's always trying to convince me that show is still relevant. You're insane.
Relevant?
No one talks about that fucking show.
I mean, always. Well, I mean, it depends on what he's talking about. Like in what it did, it was Sex in the City for dudes.
Yeah, but
now, I mean,
it's so dated now. It's
dated now, but
it became dated overnight. Like right before the movie came out, society moved on from that kind of entertainment. And when the movie came out, it tanked like a stone. Like the movie wasn't that different from the show.
Right.
And it tanked like a stone because people are like, we don't want to see this shit. These clowns trying to think that they're cool in Hollywood when none of them are fucking cool at all. So, I mean, I think that's what it was at the end of the day. But HBO followed the formula because, like you said, it was Sex in the City for dudes. And then they went, let's do Sex in the City for dudes with tech shit. There's Silicon Valley, Sex in the City to do with sports stuff. There's Ballers. Those are all the same fucking formula.
Right. I'm so confused by this one. Put the super chats on the screen. It happened. Only ones that we didn't put on were the ones that weren't registered.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Nathan Drake saw Jurassic World Rebirth this weekend and had a lot of fun with it. My theater was fairly busy with people clapping at parts. Yeah, it felt like an event when my screening. I don't know about you, John. It felt like an event.
I couldn't wait to get out of there.
Really?
I hated Jurassic World Rebirth, dude. You know that.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
That's what he said. Yeah.
I'm thinking of fantastic. That's where my head is. A fantastic.
You're thinking Adam Shankman. That's what you're
thinking. Yeah, more or less. You had a lot of fun with it. I'm glad you did. The Snickers scene was horrendous. My theater was okay. I'm good. I did not. I didn't talk to you about it. Did I talk to you about it? You just said it was really bad, right?
Yeah, I hated it.
Yeah, it was. No. It's not. I didn't hate it, but it's just not good.
You said it was the farts, man.
It was the farts. Okay, 64 currently. Oh, nice. 64 with one at 132. Dingus McNally, Brendan Scanar, trainer posted a photo on Instagram saying he's training for a big role. The trainer liked Batman specific comments. Scanar is Batman. No, yes. If it's the case, he's my number one choice.
I know he is, but he knows people have been talking about him for Batman, so he's
they're working interest. Yeah, of course. But did you ever wind up watching 1923?
Not yet, no.
All right, so you can't sing that song yet, John.
I'm not saying yes or no in terms of like his ability. I'm saying yes, no. I don't think he's.
There's two things I want to see him as. Okay. Batman, and actually a role I think he'd actually be better at than Batman is Indiana Jones. If they're going to reboot, they're going to reboot it. If they're going to reboot it, if they're not,
make him Luke Skywalker as well.
No, he doesn't work.
Han Solo, make him Han Solo.
Maybe, but I don't think they're going to do another Han Solo. He would have been better than Alden Ehrenreich, who I like as an actor. I thought he was really good in the Ironheart, but he doesn't have that thing that he's.
I agree.
It has been all. He's not cool. You know what I mean? Like, he's not cool. He's a good actor.
I think Knapsack just threw something at the wall right now.
He's not cool. Like, that's Han Solo was cool. And
I agree with you.
Yeah,
and doesn't have that thing.
I hated the argument, John Hoey. I hated the argument about the fact of like, well, he's got to grow into it. No way. Most people are cool. He's younger. They're cool. He doesn't have that thing. He's got that essence. He doesn't have that essence. He's not cool. But I don't say that as like, that's why he doesn't, most of the roles he gets cast in that he's great in, he's not cool. He wasn't cool in Ironheart. He wasn't cool in Oppenheimer. He wasn't cool.
Val Kilmer was cool.
Kilmer was cool.
Yeah.
Yes. George Clooney was cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Like, yeah. So like, Michael Keaton, cool. Like the people who are cool. I understood why Michael Keaton got cast as Batman because they found he's cool. He's got that thing. You got to have that thing.
Got to have that thing.
Yeah. Julius Wyatt. Jade will beat Tiffany at SummerSlam for the title. Yes. And I'm not here for it. So I'm sorry, but Jade isn't impressing me right now. Will Seth return at SummerSlam? He won't return that quick.
No, not with that injury.
Not at SummerSlam.
No. And Jade not impressing you has been the mantra for 8 years, man.
Yeah. Jamal 7287. There's that clip where Rock tells Emily Blunt about Bret Hart protecting backstage. Bret was protecting him from Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I mean, I can understand that though. Maybe if what's unfair to The Rock,
yes, is
that we do not have all of the information of all the stuff that he potentially went through during that time.
Oh, of course not.
Like imagine, because Shawn and Paul were running the shop and they were the cool kids, hence the clique and all that stuff too. Yeah. And they were gatekeeping who was a star and who wasn't.
Right.
So The Rock at this point said, you know what, dude? All those ribs and everything now, good luck. A-hole. I'm gonna let you. Is it a little one of those things where it's like, oh, this seems a little petty. I didn't go through what he went through.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm just saying that's what it seems like on the outside,
I call out The Rock's ego when he, how can I say it, massages the answers to questions and doesn't tell the truth. I call out his ego when he's trying to force storylines. But like when this situation, this was a clash of both egos. Triple H's ego, and Paul has a very healthy ego, and The Rock's ego, and that's why you have the problems we're in now. And now Travis Scott is apparently persona non grata, which is why WWE's been making fun of him, and other wrestlers have been ridiculing him because he's no longer part of the product anymore.
Right.
And so that was a misstep big time. So
whoever brought him in should be punished for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So to me, it's people want to focus on The Rock's ego in this situation. And I think it's always a case-by-case basis. I think this is both The Rock's and Triple H's ego. Yeah. And the storylines got squeezed in the process or paid the price.
Yeah. Bad Sinister Macau. Thoughts on 2005 Fantastic Four? I like that movie. I haven't seen it in so long. But how about your boy? What's his face? What's the new Falcon's name?
Anthony
Ramirez. Danny Ramirez.
Oh,
right?
Danny Ramirez. Sorry.
He's dating.
Yeah.
You know who he's dating?
No, who?
Jessica Alba. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making that up. Look it up.
Danny, what are you doing dating your babysitter? What are you doing dating your babysitter?
No. Hey, she's recently divorced. Hey, good on that kid. I'm not. Hey, how dare you, sir? I am. Look, I don't love that. I didn't like him at all in that movie. But his career choices outside of his career, thumbs up.
Hey man, look, she's 12 years older than him, and she's certainly gorgeous. So if he's dating her, then more power to you. But it's still
as my grandmother used to say, who cares? Julius Wyatt, 8895, would rank it Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, then Superman. I don't think that I can disagree with that yet. Okay. I gotta see it again. I can easily change it tomorrow, but I enjoyed all three movies very much. Gunther should win just because WWE put in a program with McAfee and Goldberg. Also, ain't it nice? No pad on commentary.
Yes.
John hates McAfee.
If I wanted to watch a roided out bro.
Roided? He's not roided.
I'm just joking. He sounds like he's roided because the way he's a fanboy bro. If I wanted to watch a drunk fanboy bro on my couch going crazy every time someone comes out or does anything in the show, I'll just go to my local bar. It drives me nuts how much people love McAfee when he calls matches. And by the way, he sucks calling stuff for college football as well. It's frustrating. His show is great. People like his show. More power to you. But like calling matches or calling,
I think he made it a little bit too much about himself. He made it too much about himself when he was doing stuff with. But him and Cole had a good rapport. But
yeah, he tries to come off as humble when he does everything about himself.
No, but I liked his honesty and why he stepped back. Did you see that?
You thought it was being honest? You don't think it was people like saying we hated everything you're doing?
No, I think he was legit burned out.
Okay.
He does a lot, dude.
That happens. You do a lot. You know this, Kristian.
Of course. That's why I understood it right away when he was saying everything that he had to go through and trying to be with his kid. I understood it right away, and I was like, good for him. They was able to say, no, you know what? And he called Nick Khan and said, I just can't do it. Yeah. Mike Joyce, a lot of absurd just go with it in Fantastic Four and Superman. Yeah.
There's a lot of absurd just go with it in all superhero movies.
This is true. 65 right now. Excalibur 9141 just ate some Taco Bell, not having the fantastic farts. We all know what the next steps will be. Well done, sir. Well done. Ryoku. Hey, Rocha and Kristian. In a minute. Hey, man. Hope all is well. Question: what do you think of SummerSlam being 2 nights now?
I kind of don't mind it, Kristian, because there's so much talent in the WWE. The chance to get them to rest. Because what's the big complaint? What was Bailey? Bailey was complaining about she's not part of SummerSlam rather. And so if even someone like Bailey's being left out, that tells you that even with 2 nights, you still aren't satisfying all the talent with their ability to get on screen. So the fact that just tells me there's a lot of talent there, and they want to use it. So I'm cool with it. Not for every pay-per-view, but for the big ones, sure.
Yeah, the only problem I have with it, does it make WrestleMania a little less special?
Yeah, that's fair. Sure.
That's the only thing, because I liked when they went to 2 nights because I hated the 80-hour WrestleMania.
Right.
On that was, hey, you go like you used to do back in the old days. You aren't a big enough talent. You haven't gotten over. You ain't on the show. You got to earn the spot on the show. Not everybody was on the show, but on 2 nights, you can build it up. And if you don't, if you're not big enough talent, you're in the Andre Battle Royal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's usually what happens. So the SummerSlam 2 nights, it's a way for them. Look, they since the merger, they need a way to make more money.
Yeah.
So 2 nights then makes more money. So
SummerSlam and WrestleMania 2 nights is fine. Royal Rumble should not be 2 nights.
No way.
Any of those other, I think any of those other pay-per-views should not be 2 nights.
No way. Survivor Series, no way.
No way. No.
Daffy D, Mark Moody, can't wait for Alien Earth and Predator Badlands. I have really enjoyed what Century Studios has done with these franchises. They've definitely revitalized them. This is why I'm going to always push now. Because anytime someone says this franchise is dead, this is dead, they always say it about Terminator. This is dead. Well, everybody said that about Predator. Everybody said that about Alien. True. If you have the right creators on board and the right take, anything can work again. Anything can work.
I hope they find that for Terminator, because there's a lot to explore.
A lot.
Especially now as AI has become such a prevalent part of our life.
Lower the budget.
Yeah, lower the budget.
Excalibur update can confirm Dr. Diarrhea has arrived. Congratulations.
It'll be a Galactus time in the bedroom, I'm sure.
That's right. What was that thing? Tom Hanks, what was Happy Gilmore to budget? Ooh. So many cameos. Cameos aren't as expensive as you think, though. And he's got a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So, the budget, if I was going to guess, tell me when you have the number up.
Okay,
because I do not have the budget. I don't have the budget in front of me, but I'm going to guess.
Okay.
You have it in front of me?
Doesn't say.
It never, you know what? It doesn't say. He's got but he's got a deal.
He's got a deal, right? Exactly.
He's got a deal. So I would guess it's about 140, 150 million for that movie.
Shouldn't be. Yeah. Happy Gilmore 2 was reportedly made on a $30 million budget for IMDb.
Okay, so I was way off. I haven't seen the movie. So yeah, $30 million for that? Amazing. $30 million?
Yeah.
Really?
For all those people.
Okay, good. Then I don't care if the movie has a 2%. Good for Adam Sandler for making a $30 million movie. Jack Lewis. I love these Avatar movies and we'll be seated night 1. My brother thinks I'm crazy for it, though. Not looking good for my guy Jake Sully. I know. I think he's going to eat it. Looks like he's getting purple. I think he's going to eat it. I don't want him to eat it, but I think he's going to.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. I think
either this movie or the next movie.
Yeah. Danny Tortelli, 7879. Been following you guys since the Collider days. Thank you, Danny. I just want to say it's great to both see you still going and shining. Thank you, sir. Thank you for continued work. Have a great Monday. What a wonderfully pleasant comment that was. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Danny. We don't get enough of those. Yeah, there's so many people want to know.
That's fair.
What?
I don't think that's fair. I think in this chat we see a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, in the chat. Yeah. But I mean sending in Streamlabs or super chats. So yeah. Super chats, I mean.
Nice. Excalibur, unexpected second post-credit scene. Both ends now. Perfect. I guess that whole thing was doom. Alex Smithy. Hey guys, watched Happy Gilmore 2 this weekend when it was zero expectations. It was not a dumb sequel, fun. Love John Daly. And hey, no spoilers.
Hey.
Also, there was bad. Hey, I don't want to know what any of those people are. Alan, how dare you? You know,
Haley's in the trailer. So's Haley.
I haven't watched the trailer.
Oh, okay.
Tim Bino, what's your new box office prediction for Fantastic Four Total Run? Good.
I can't say anything until next weekend.
No, you got to give a prediction. You got a prediction. What do you think? Final right now, and it's made 215 so far.
600. I think it'll come. I think Fantastic Four Superman will be separated by like a minuscule amount of money. I think they're going to be very correlative. I think what they're going to make.
I think you're in the general area, but I'll just to be different. I'll say 580.
Okay.
Yeah. B-Town. Rocha, what you know about being an action star? You're gonna act bizarre. Need that whole album.
Nice.
Will. All right, let's see. Next one after 73 currently.
Nice.
Good run thus far. Good
27 more. Come on, guys. We have 15 minutes left. Let's go.
Scott Horwitz. Kristian, I'm with you. Turned 46 in June. I can't remember names at all anymore. Getting old sucks. I'm telling you. The names, when I'm in the middle of you know who's great, by the way?
Who's that?
I said this today in my my reaction with her.
Yeah.
Tina, my friend Tina, who, dude, someone can mention if someone goes in the first 30 seconds of the movie, someone goes, "Oh, I bought a cake at Shelley's," and you never hear about Shelley's ever again. And in 1 minute and 58 into the movie, like, "Oh, and that cake," and so yeah, they bought it at Shelley's. Like, how do you remember Shelley's? It's like 3 seconds into it, she remembers everything. She remembers everything, and I need her to start telling her who directed this thing before I do it. Man. All right, let's see.
It's the game.
Yep. Next one.
Yeah.
After that is Rishi Shukla regarding Sklenar. He's about to film a movie called Fast by Taylor Sheridan. Yes. Where he plays a special forces officer, hence the training prop. Yes, we knew that already. I know this because they're filming on My Girlfriend Street in New Jersey soon. We'll go check it out. Yes, they mentioned this, though, but this is the movie. This is why I'm more convinced that he's going to do another big Warner Brothers movie. Whether or not it's Batman or not, I don't know. Okay. But you know the story behind this movie, John?
No, I don't. Actually, first I've heard of it.
So Taylor Sheridan, he had this movie before Yellowstone, and he'd written this movie, and Warner Brothers had it, right? And then they lost it. And then he went and he took it to Paramount. Paramount had it, and then after it all blew up, it blew up, and Taylor was going to do it on his own. Warner Brothers bought it back, and they took it, and they took it just for this particular. They couldn't get it off the ground over there, or whatever happened, and Warner Brothers took it back. So Warner Brothers is making the movie and wanted Sklenar in it too. So I just think they have a closer relationship now. He's definitely on the radar.
Oh yeah,
100%. Edit the movies. Watched. HG2 for me, absolutely. Oh, Happy Gilmore 2, and absolutely atrocious. All right. Oh,
there you go.
Galaxy Geeks.
Hey,
Rocha with trying new things on your channel. Have you started seeing more growth on your channel? Loving the shorts.
Thank you. Yes. We had our biggest month recently, 1,100 new subscribers on the channel, which was pretty amazing. And I think that was a lot of the Superman stuff. And the shorts have been getting a lot of views. I mean, none of them have gone viral to hundreds of thousands of views or anything like that. But for a first week or two of doing them, I really like the numbers that we're getting. Now it's about, okay, what topics should I be focusing on for short? So it's a whole nother game to figure out. But my dude who's helping me out, who Kristian hooked me up with, he's great and he's quick.
Yeah, if anybody's out there who does YouTube channel looking for someone to do shorts, this guy's he's the bomb. He's young, awesome.
And he's on me. He's like, this morning or last night, he texted me. He goes, remember to wake up in the morning, send me 2 shorts. I'm like, oh,
he's the best.
Yeah,
he's the best. Mr. Sin 69. Watch Superman Fantastic Four as a double feature. Highly recommended. Both were great. If I had to pick one, it would be Fantastic Four. Looking forward to Supergirl, though. I'm interested in Supergirl because of everything that everyone tells me how good the damn comic is.
Yeah.
But the intro to her just wasn't for me.
I love this. I go back and watch the the scene with her all the time.
You like it?
Oh, I loved it. Loved it.
All right. Paul Hitchcock broke out here yellow tagging Jessica Alba for shame. What's the yellow tagging? Well, I don't know what that.
I'm just saying that she's older than him. That's all I'm saying is that she's older than him. I'm not making any criticisms of who she is as a person or her looks. She still looks fantastic. I'm just saying,
she's also like a multi-millionaire. If not,
exactly that too. There's an age difference, but I like a Latino with Latinos. I'm cool with this. I like that.
Danny Ramirez to me, that's his. What's his biggest career accomplishment that you enjoy? Top Gun? No, Jessica Alba. Edit the movies. Context. Love the OG, but it feels lazy and recycled. The original Gilmore he's talking about. Yeah, that's a lot of people say.
Okay.
I have heard people say that. Busy B, what's up, Busy? Hey, Kristian and Rocha, enjoyed your K-pop Demon Hunter reaction with Tina. Glad you both enjoyed it. I really did. It was a lot of fun. Okay, are we getting spilled tequila this week?
Yes, we're doing it tomorrow. So last week Comic-Con threw off everything. So we're back tomorrow for sure.
Did you see K-pop Demon Hunters?
I have not seen that. I should do a reaction to that.
You should see it. You would like it a lot. Dingus McNally, I love how the DCU cast unknowns like Clayface for rising TV stars like Superman or Supergirl. Sklenar as Batman and Arjona as Wonder Woman seems perfect. I agree. Pretty good with my casting. Pretty good. Let's see. Django Blackfire. Can y'all explain how the MCU gave Thunderbolt director X-Men? Oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to be super easy. Thunderbolts lost $100 million and flopped. Reminds me of the Flash director. Oh, no. Not even close. And I'm glad you brought that up. You are incorrect, sir. Here's the difference.
Yeah.
And John, you know what? I'll give you my explanation because I've talked about it before. Right. You give your explanation on this first, and then I'll see. We're probably going to be on the same page as far as why here.
Oh yeah. I mean, to me, it's that it's not his fault that the film didn't do well at the movie theater. It was a damn good film. He tackled a very heavy subject, and he made it work within the context and the frames of a superhero film. And it was beloved by the people that saw it. It was beloved by the critics. Yep. And so that's a positive in his favor. And clearly he showed he could handle directing a team movie, right? And so it worked in that way. On the other side, Muschietti blew it with a Flash film like this, where they brought back Michael Keaton. It was kind of uninspired, a little limp, especially if you watch it multiple times. It doesn't have quite that magic or that power. He wasted Sasha Kaye as Supergirl, who I thought was great as Supergirl. And so in the end, people didn't go see it because they didn't like the movie, right? People didn't go see Thunderbolts because they didn't like the movie. It's just they had issues, didn't know the characters, and that's not his fault. So yeah.
Same exact thing. The thing is the difference, and the other reason why is because as we're him getting Batman, I didn't see anything inside of the Flash, and I don't mind. I like there's a lot of the Flash. Actually, I like the Flash more than most people do. The beginning is dopey. The end is ridiculous, right? The core of the story with his mom, I dug, right? But there's nothing inside of that movie that made me go, this guy should direct Batman. Never, not once. Right. However, when I look at Thunderbolts and said, look at this team of misfits. Look at this team that has dark things of that they don't feel like they belong. It's X-Men.
Yeah.
The guy, he clearly knows team dynamics, knows how to bring in that feel. It's X-Men. He knows how to do it. As John said, it had nothing to do, like both audiences and critics did not respond to Flash. And John said it before. Audiences and people who saw the movie loved Thunderbolts. Like 89% or whatever it did. Yeah. So that has nothing to do. That marketing wasn't great. And Kevin Feige even said the title alone, nobody knew what Thunderbolts was. They had to change it to New Avengers to get people in the theater. Yeah. It wasn't the quality of the movie. So that's exactly that. Yeah, that to me is the easiest explanation out of any question we've been at. Yeah. Tyler Pfeiffer, what is Fantastic Four's relationship with Victor in this world? He was notably absent from the summit in the movie to soon know he's doomed before the last scene. Who knows? I don't know.
Who knows?
What do you think?
You got to ask Adam Shankman. No, I don't know. We haven't seen him. We haven't seen him, so clearly he's got some issues with the Fantastic Four from the beginning.
Yeah.
So it's just hinting at what's coming. So this is part of the mystery. So this is going to be fun to see how they reveal it. Yeah.
Excalibur 9141. Look, anytime you're live, I'm just thinking about how I can tailor a funny fart joke. Fair. Thought Fantastic Four was the route. Give me a break. Thankless job. Totally fair. I know the answer to this is yes. Geek Lodestars. John, have you finished Ghost of Tsushima?
I did. Yeah. Now I'm just going back and replaying it. It isn't as fun replaying it because you know everything is going to happen. So yeah, and I'm trying to find games that are rival Tsushima. So if anybody has games, I talked to a guy this week at Comic-Con who recommended a game for me to replace Tsushima. He says it's just as good as Tsushima, but it came out a couple of years ago and it's only available in PS4. So I have to wait on that. But there are other games. So if you guys have games that you recommend, I'd be down to do it, to play them. So yeah.
Jack Lewis. Have you guys ever heard anything about Kevin Costner's Horizon sequel? I saw it last year and liked it quite a bit. I didn't mind the movie, but like you and I both said,
yeah,
that was a movie that there's another one that it should have been on television. It seemed like a streaming film. It was like a streaming show. It played like a television show on the thing. It didn't play like a movie. And I liked it. I did like it. But I also said there's no world when anybody is going to the movies to watch this when people are barely going to the movies to watch like Thunderbolts. Now I'm like, that's an example. But like, I don't know. Because Warner Brothers did lose some money from it, even though they were doing like distribution. Like, what do you do there? Like, do you not let the guy finish it? I don't know.
How many universes have gone the way of the dodo, man? It's all like, we had a dark universe lined up with Tom Cruise leading the way, and they kicked it to the curb.
It's already shot, isn't it? It's already shot. It was supposed to come out a month later. This was coming out a month later.
Streaming service. I really would tell Kevin, thanks, man, but we can't keep going with it.
If I'm Taylor Sheridan, I would buy it and put it out.
Oh my God.
Right?
If I'm Taylor Sheridan, I would do a reaction to it, giggling through the whole movie.
He should buy it and then
never put it out.
Never put it out. Julius Wyatt, 8895, 26 days till college football. I need football back.
Yeah.
Right on the corner. Yeah. Busy Bee. More reactions with Tina. I love her personality. Tina's great. Love Tina. Yeah, Tina was in Scotland. Yeah, she was in Scotland for a bit. And I might have just made that up and really gotten everyone mad at me. I actually think she was in Ireland, and I know that's a no to do. But yeah, Tina's coming back in to do Happy Gilmore. I have her booked in for like about 3 or 4. Poor Sam. Sam's sick as a dog. So we're going to be delayed on the Marvel stuff for about a week or so because Sam's sick. Aaron Ambrose. I love Fantastic Four. Could have been 15 to 20 minutes longer. I agree. Seems like they cut a lot. Fantastic Four is what the multiverse saga should have been. That's the point right there.
Oh, that's a good one.
We're showing other universes. Yes. This was the first time I even cared about what the multiverse really could be.
Yeah.
Exactly. Show other universes, and then at the end, have them all come together.
Right. 100%.
Yeah. Tyler Pfeiffer. Baldur's Gate 3, if you haven't played it. You know
okay. I don't know. I'll put it on the list.
I don't know that one.
Sekiro is the one that he recommended, by the way.
Oh, okay. Jack Lewis. John, the sequel to Ghost of Tsushima comes out this October. Not a long wait. Okay.
Yeah. Erika Ishii is the lead in that. So friend Erika Ishii. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. A lot of us got into the punditry business around the same time. Erika has really exploded. And so seeing her leading the way on something like this, kind of like Tiffany, it's so fun to see people who've gotten in our business who have gone on to do other acting stuff. It's great to see. Yeah.
Our fans are pretty funny sometimes. Paul Hitchcock, Danny Ramirez in Jessica Alba. Kristian gives it a 6 out of 5 schmones. Rocha says the age disparity took him out, but willing to give it another look. It's pretty good. Dingus McNally, Red Dead Redemption 2. John, if you haven't played it, heartbreaking story, beautiful characters. It's a prequel to the first game as well. Yeah. I only see what I see Red Dead Redemption on like the Instagram thing and the stuff people do. It's crazy on that stuff. I think every what's it called?
Red Dead Redemption.
Anytime any clip from that show or that game pops up on my algorithm, I watch it. Like it's crazy. I was like, it almost makes me want to play the game, but I'm like, I'll be playing this game. I'll be riding around a horse in an alley for 25 minutes. Anyway, so that's it for now.
Oh, all right.
85.
Damn it, so close to
pretty good.
So close.
Good Monday, John. All right. So as we sign off,
yes.
Somebody else wants to throw something in there while you sign off. Tell them where to find you.
Yeah, you can always find me at The Rocha Says, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky Threads. But my YouTube channel is really where I need y'all to come show up and hang out and enjoy some good content there. YouTube.com/John Rocha Says. We're about to cross 40. Would love to get to 50,000 subscribers. So come and join. Come aboard. Fantastic Four review tonight live at 5 p.m. PT. Hot mic, Jedi Way, Spill the Tequila, my stuff, everything going on this week. Geek Buddies, come on, hang out with us tonight and the rest of the week there on the John Rocha channel. Thanks, Kristian. Thanks, guys. Happy Monday.
Thanks for being here, John. Guys, thank you for being here. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere podcasts are found. Make sure that you check us out. We got a lot of tonight, Naked Gun, Out of the Theater reaction. I'll be doing that. Check out Matt Serra's channel. We'll also be doing an Out of the Theater reaction for him. Please check out the K-Pop Demon Hunter. If you want to see Tina's great personality As Busy Bee just mentioned, go and check out K-Pop Demon Hunters. I also have my Avatar trailer. I got so much stuff going on the channel right now. And I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you for everything. And we'll see you guys on the flip side. Again, if you're going to be in New York, August 9th, come check us out. Myself and Sam doing a live show. Hopefully she's better by then. But thank you guys. Appreciate you. See you later. Bye.